Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
What it is, what it do, what's popping. We ain't going nowhere. Black Alpha Network, certified Black Society, foundational, Black American, every day, all day, twice on Sundays. What's good, y'all? How y'all living, man? What's really popping in the streets, man? I got to know something. I want to know how everybody's feeling. I want to know how the family is. I got to tap in with y'all because, you know, we do this together. We do this all the day. You know what I'm saying? We make sure everybody knows what type of time it is. We make sure everybody knows where we are. We make sure everybody knows what is really going on. So with that said, you already know we got to make sure that we get our foundational Black American roll call. We do this every week, and every week we put out, we show out, and we represent. Tell me where you are right now. Let me know something, family. Let me know what city, what state, what county, what region. We've been on for 1 minute, and we already got 100 people in here. So that means we got foundationals everywhere. That means that we represent. That means that they in trouble. And everywhere we touch down at, family, everybody knows who we are. So what do we got, family? Let's check it out. Let's see what's really, really going on in these streets right now. I already see Texas. I already see Detroit. Yes, indeed. I see Los Angeles, California. We got the West Side in the building. Right now, we already got the East. We already got the Midwest. We already got the South, man. Let me put these up. We got to put them up. I want everybody to see it. California love. I see you. I see you. Yes, indeed. All right. They coming in as fast as I can put them up. Oklahoma City. I see you, Oklahoma City. Yes, indeed. Columbus, Ohio. I thought that was Columbus, Georgia. All right. We got Ohio in the building. Y'all know ATL, brother JoJo, what it is, brother. Salute, family. That's what we doing in here. Memphis, Tennessee in the building. That's what I like to see. South Florida in the building. Brooklyn, brother Stage, what it do, man. NYC in the place. Y'all know it's popping. We got the South. We got the North. We got the East, the West. They said that we had problems. I thought they said foundational Black Americans, we need to do better. We can't get along. What's wrong with us? It look like there's a whole lot of love in here. VA's in the building. VA show love. Chi-Town in the building. Chi-Town show love. Come on. Statesboro, what up? Right down the road. Like we stronger than ever. It looked like we certified, and it looked like they can't do nothing to stop us, and we walk them down. We get them out the paint everywhere we go. I got to go ahead and take off the glasses for this one, y'all, because we're going to have to represent the long way on this episode. Welcome back to the Black Alpha Network, y'all. This is what we've been doing. This is what we've been doing in this generation, family. We've been walking folks down. We've been giving them that full court press. Everybody's got to get it. Nobody out here in these streets can tell us what to do. Nobody out here in the streets can dictate to us. The days of people dictating to foundational Black Americans is over. The day where foundational Black Americans do all the dictating is in, and they can't stand it. I see you, Harlem is in the building. I see Las Vegas in the building as well. Tupelo, Mississippi in the building. You know, when you got Harlem and Mississippi in the place, you know you operating real certified. Foundational Black American certified, y'all. Let me go ahead and throw this up real quick so we can get this on out the way, you know, because y'all know they be hating. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is everything for us as a people. This is education purposes. This is all about us breaking it down, and this is all about us learning, man. So everybody, y'all stay good and stay tapped in, because we're going to do every last one of those things, but we're going to do it the real certified foundational Black American way, because that is the only way. Let me let everybody know this right now, y'all. Let me let everybody know this right now, because there's a big misconception out here in the streets. There's this misconception, y'all, that foundational Black Americans, we out here operating on somebody else's accord. There's this misconception that foundational Black Americans are operating as separate. We all over the place. No, we're unified. We stronger than ever. We're very unified. And that's what they cannot handle about us, y'all. This is what it is. We are moving as one collective. One collective has everybody afraid. It has everybody shook. So this is the way we pushing along. So what we're going to do on this episode, as we push along, as we continue to let everybody know what time it is, what we're going to do here, y'all, we're going to break down every single group, every single organization, you know, because there's a lot of them, all these fake people running around trying to press on us. We're going to press them, and we're going to let them know, y'all, they're going to have to do what we say, and they're going to have to do it on our time. This is just the way we move, family. That is the foundational Black American certified Black society way. And when you're certified, you certified all the time. So with that said, y'all, when we talk about smoke and we talk about giving folks what they really, really need, y'all, what we're going to do, we're going to break down these organizations by name. Okay, we're going to put some names and dates on them. We're going to break down these organizations by who their members are, where they're at, the games they play on us, every single sort of con and hustling that they do to us, y'all. We are going to be on it to the maximum. And when I say we're going to be on it to the maximum, y'all, I mean it. And it all starts off, family, right in Atlanta, Georgia. Salute to the ATL. As we say, family, we represent the whole FBA family tree, and the whole FBA family tree represents us. So when we break down what's really going on out here in the streets, y'all, you start to see a different story than what they're trying to tell us on television. On television, they try to keep us separated. You feel me? They try to tell us that we don't get along. They try to run the same game, because when they can separate us, they can run game on us. When they separate us, they can run all types of hustling cons. That is not the way we pushing along today. In this era, that is not the way we function. In this era, y'all, we make sure that whatever goes down, it goes down once again when we say so. So I started off this week, family, or shall I say I ended last week, and I was out in Atlanta, Georgia, y'all. I was out in the ATL. We was representing strong. I had some of my certified brothers out there, and we heard there was a reparations little committee, little hearing going on, and y'all know there can't be one of those without us in full play. There can't be one of those without us in full play. So since that happened, y'all, I had to go ahead and pull this on up, and when I speak, I try to say everything to make the family proud. All right. This is just what I do, y'all. Whatever I say, I want to make sure that the family is on, complete proud. I hope the family understands where we're coming from, because not all of us have the opportunity to speak. And whenever we do get the opportunity, we have to max it out. So that's what I try to do, y'all. And I try to represent. But y'all know, foundational Black Americans, we got to represent. But at the same time, foundational Black Americans, we got to regulate. So somewhere between representing and regulating, this is what went down in Atlanta. But it's going on all across the country, y'all. You're seeing brothers and sisters everywhere, and we ain't taking no shit from anybody. We are letting them know it's tangibles. We letting them know it's reparations, and we letting them know that they have to deal with us. So I gave a speech, and I appreciate everybody who told me it was powerful. I got some of the best things I heard, family. And I want everybody to see this speech real quick, y'all. I want everybody to check this out. This is what was going on, y'all. This is what happened. This is how it all played out. And the family has to see this right here, because we were real on real time. And this is the way we're going to continue to represent. This is the way we're going to continue to operate. I'm going to play this speech for the family. I want everybody to notice that when we start getting on game and we start executing game, things change. And this is just the way it's going to have to be, family, for a long time, because like I said, this is our time, and there's no mistake about it. There's no confusion about it. But before I go there, family, before I even say that, I want to make sure that everybody understands that whenever it goes down, we go down together. So I had everybody with me, and the brothers and sisters who were there, they had everybody with them as well. So when we connected, we put it down the right way. So check this out, family. This was Black Alpha. This was going down out there in Atlanta, Georgia. And this was the speech I gave, family. One love. I hope I made everybody proud.
I want to make a few good points. All right. I want to make a few good points, a very great point, actually. And it starts off with who we are, okay? We are the foundation of this country, all right? Those are my ancestors. This is my ancestry, and we have been the foundation of this country since day one. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, since day one. And when you start talking about foundationals, you're not talking about people of color. You're not talking about minorities. You're not talking about all lives matter. It is specific. And we got to clear some things up, because there seems to be a whole lot of fake misconfusion when it comes to our reparations. When it comes to our reparations, everybody acts like they don't really get it. Well, I'm going to clear it up very well, okay? We have been the economic and the social backbone of this country and this county since day one. Again, it all goes back to day one. Once again, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. So when you start talking about us, the first thing you got to acknowledge is reparations. Now, can't we all get along? Not Uber rides, not DoorDash, none of that. It is about cash payment reparations. How do we know? It's because we see the money being given to immigrants and migrants right here in this city. When I came here, I seen a bunch of my lineage, foundational Black American brothers and sisters out in the streets sleeping in the cold, while migrants are getting millions of dollars, they're getting tangibles, they're getting resources and benefits, and elevated above us. So we're very, very aware of what's going on, not just here in Fulton County, but all across these countries. So I'm here to tell everybody, we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Chicago. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in New York City. And I'm letting everybody know it will not go down the same way it's going on across the country where we get nothing and immigrants and migrants get all our money. So in other words, I'm here to make a declaration for you and everybody watching right now, and that is that the Black American presence in the South is not going anywhere. So in other words, FBA South got something to say, and FBA South is here to stay. So with all that said, in the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we are coming to get our check. And I want you guys to pass those reparations for us, and you guys have a great night. With that said, reparations right now. Salute.
That right there, family, that right there was me right there representing for the whole. What we want to do, fam, is that we want to make sure that everybody feels represented whenever we get these opportunities to speak. We want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to feel like they was present, and we can't leave nobody out. So that's why we say we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters everywhere. And it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you a foundational Black American, if you come from this soil, if you from this turf, that means that we are representing and we riding together. And they are going to have to deal with us 24/7, 365. And there is no compromise. This is not the compromised generation. This is not the compromised era. But I want to point out something, fam. Notice when I pointed up to the screen, this lady, okay, they got a W Karen in there. A Karen is sitting in on our reparations, right? Notice when I point up to the screen, fam, look how this lady looks away. Check this out, fam. This is something I want to point out real good. Check this out.
Again, resources and benefits and elevated above us. So we're very, very aware of what's going on, not just here in Fulton County, but all across these countries. So I'm here to tell everybody, we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Chicago. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in New York City. And I'm letting everybody know it will not go.
Look at this guy up here, family. First off, this guy got his head down like he ain't even trying to hear what I'm saying. And then you got Karen over here. Karen over here is looking. As soon as I point up at the screen, she looks away.
Foundational Black American brothers and sisters out in the streets sleeping in the cold, while migrants are getting millions of dollars, they're getting tangibles, they're getting resources and benefits, and elevated above us. So we're very, very aware of what's going on, not just here in Fulton County, but all across these countries. So I'm here to tell everybody, we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Chicago. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in New York City. And I'm letting everybody know it will not go down the same way it's going on across the country where we get nothing and immigrants and migrants get all our money. So in other words, I'm here to make a declaration for you and everybody watching right now, and that is that the Black American presence in the South is not going anywhere. So in other words, FBA South got something to say, and FBA South is here to stay. So with all that said, in the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we are coming to get our check. And I want you guys to pass those reparations for us, and you guys have a great night. With that said, reparations right now. Salute.
Mic drop, roll out. Nothing else to say when you feel you made your point. When you feel you made your point, family, there ain't really nothing else to say. Everybody else is just going to have to deal with it. That is what it is. No longer are we on that type of time where we go back and forth with these people. They got to do what we say. What we say goes. What they say is irrelevant. It means nothing to us. We're going to continue to hold it down. That is the way we operate, and that's the way we function, y'all. That is the only way. So I got to make sure that everyone understands that we represent for the family, we represent for the team, and we represent for everybody out there who's got something to say. And we're going to break down, y'all, the way they want to get us out the paint. We're going to break down the way they want to make sure that foundational Black Americans are separated, the way they want to make sure foundational Black Americans ain't getting done what we need to do. And we're going to do it in the best fashion available. And the best fashion available, fam, is just to speak what's on your mind and tell them what time it is. That is the only way you can do it. Now, speaking of that, y'all, there's something else that's been going down that's been really, really bothering me. I want y'all to notice when we start speaking about them coming at us funny. Look at this right here, y'all. This is something else that has been real funny style. It's funny when. It's very, very funny when we start reclaiming Dr. Martin Luther King, first off, that is Dr. Martin Luther King's house, y'all. That is Dr. Martin Luther King's house. Isn't it real odd and real strange that when we start representing Dr. Martin Luther King and we take his legacy back and we get rid of all of the propaganda that they put on our foundational Black American hero, icon, and legend, when we get rid of all of that, now, family, they come back and they start doing funny things like people trying to burn the house down. Ain't that real odd? We got to side eye that. See, when it was Martin Luther King had a dream that we could all get along and Karen and Marquise can have a little cream-colored baby on Thursday afternoon at 6. When that was happening, oh, you never seen none of this happen. No, you didn't. Soon as foundational Black Americans started representing, reclaiming, and saying things like I said in that speech about us coming to get our check, as soon as we start speaking about how Martin Luther King actually gave us fuel and energy, soon as we start saying that, y'all, what happens? What happens, y'all? Next thing you know, you got strange people popping up, strange people trying to burn his childhood home down. Now, if anybody remembers, I was just at that house about a month ago, and I gave a speech in front of that house. And I told everybody how we have to continue to represent our icons and legends. I had no idea that this would happen. And you know the crazy thing is, y'all, while that was happening, right down the street, when I was there at that hearing speaking with my brothers, a salute to my brother EJ and JoJo, because there was only a few of us there, but we were representing. Soon as we were there, family, right down the street, that was happening. They said at 5:45 is when this person got mysteriously caught with gasoline. But at the same time, the hearing started at 6 o'clock. So there's some strange timing, y'all. And it just shows you that we are representing over here. And then they trying to run it all the way back. And you're right. That came across very staged, very funny style. And we're not buying any of it. Any of it. That's just the way the dominant society rolls, y'all. That's just the way they are. That's just the way they operate. We got to expect these things to happen. We got to expect these things to occur. So as we come out the gates blazing on this episode, and we already got 250 plus people in the building, 260 plus people in the building, I want everybody to notice one thing. We start getting on game, and then they start coming up with everything they can. We can't see these folks, okay? We can't see these folks with any type of genuine approach. That is not how they operate. They don't operate with a genuine approach for us. Everything they try to do to us is some type of con game. So therefore, we're matching energy, y'all, with just straight up regulating. And when you match that energy with straight up regulating, you get things like this. This is what Black Alpha posted the other day. Check this out, y'all. This is what the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the whole system of supremacy feels about us. This is how they feel about us, y'all. Okay? The Democratic Party does not actively support Black people. All right? And if you got Black folks running around here thinking otherwise, they're a damn fool. There's going to be two types of people. There's going to be the people like us who know it, understand it, regulate it, and get it out the paint. And then there's going to be the other people who tend to believe that there is some type of friendship, they're looking out for us, and that's what it all boils down to. It boils down to brothers and sisters like us who ain't going for it versus everybody else who's falling for it. All right? If you're falling for it, you can't stand in the same room with someone who ain't going for it. And this is where we are. This is where we stand. And now everyone has to understand the Black grassroots is in control. The boule is not in control. People got to understand it. The boule and folks who support the Democratic Party, they was riding this whole bus for years. And we threw their ass off the bus. Now we're in command. So therefore, they go where we go. And they ain't got no other choice but to deal with us. And I love it. I always say, if you wanted to ever be a part of something special, you ever want to be a part of an era that changed the world, this is the era, y'all. This is the era, and it is brought to you by our lineage, our heritage, and our culture. And it will never stop. It'll never change. It'll never change, y'all. This is the way we got to continue to do it. This is the way we got to continue to push, and we will by any means. And everyone else who does not like it is just going to have to accept it. That is what it is. Now, speaking of that, y'all, a lot of people know that when we start talking about giving folks that full court press, when we start talking about running up on people and letting people know that it's going to be us over everything and they're going to have to deal with us, you know, a lot of people, they don't really want to see that. They don't really want none of that FBA, Foundational Black American Certified Black Society smoke. Nah, they don't really want that. All right, so what they start doing, fam, they start throwing at all these people who make no sense, all these people who ain't really talking nothing serious, all these people who think that they got game, but they really don't. And then once that happens, y'all, what do we got to do? We got to regulate. This is the regulating era, right? Well, in the regulating era, you regulate people who are off code. That's what it is. When we said family, we had tethers going back home. We got tethers going back home. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Y'all remember the clip from last week where we showed the tether bouncing and going back home? Let's see if we can. I already found it. Look at this, y'all. Y'all remember this? This right here was that tether man that we sent packing and going back home. It was so funny, y'all. I got to rewatch this. I got to rewatch this because it was just too funny. But it shows you everything that we on right now, that the ops got to get out of our way. When I say, y'all, that we are in full control, and when I say that we are making our own path, that means people got to get out the way. I'm telling you, they see FBA, they crossing to the other side of the street. So if we got them crossing to the other side of the street, some of them are going to the other side of the ocean. Let's rewatch this right here. This was the tether man saying he going back home. And why is he doing that? Because we done delineated, we done separated, and he found out there ain't no free meal ticket of eating off my lineage up in this country. You gonna wipe your feet, homeboy.
Huh?
Where you going?
I'm going back to Africa.
Africa?
No, you guys lied to us.
Hey, it's too cold.
No, this is not a, bro, this is not a good life.
Hey, how you gonna get there?
People died in Texas. Didn't you hear? Africa are surviving. They have a good
Hey,
life.
how long you been here?
Look at the life. Look at the life. This is that shit life, man.
Hey, how long you been here?
I cannot do this.
We've been here for years.
I'm going back.
No, you can't go back.
I'm going to take a bus. I'm telling you.
Hey,
This car cannot move.
hey, start.
Every time it moves, it slides, we go.
Like this.
We go like that.
Hey.
I cannot do that, my friend.
Hey,
I'm
you gonna
going.
walk?
Hmm?
You gonna walk?
Yes.
Hey.
Bro, I'm African.
How long you been
We
here?
know this life.
Hey,
I came to America to get money.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Not to suffer, die with the cold.
Hey, it's not.
Let me tell you one thing. My brother.
Hey.
There's nothing you lie to me. Huh?
Where you going?
I'm going back to Africa.
Africa?
No, you guys lied to us.
Hey, it's too cold.
No, this is not a, bro, this is not.
That man said we done lied to him, y'all. That man said we done lied to him. He said he going back home. He said he cannot take this no more. He said it is just a bad, bad situation to be in. Okay? Thinking you going to eat off of foundationals, not being able to eat off of foundationals, and your ass got to go running back home. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible situation. And that's what he's in right now. A terrible, terrible situation. And that situation is brought to you by us. Once again, brought to you by foundational Black American. And y'all going to have to just throw it on up, because that's the way the game goes, and that's the way we operate, and that's the way we function, y'all. So it shows you once again that no matter where we are, they got to understand foundational Black Americans are in full command. That's one thing. We had this up as well, family. This as well is Mr. Jimmy Crow Joe Biden. Let's pull this up. Right here, y'all. This is Mr. Jim Crow Joe. Yeah, that's what his agenda is for 2024. And when we say we ain't rocking with them, we ain't rocking with them. When we say we ain't standing with it, we ain't standing with it. So this is where we are at politically and socially and consciously. We are moving along at a rapid pace, and this rapid pace is leaving everybody behind. Everybody behind. So we got to understand what it is, and they know what it is just as much as we do, y'all. So this is what the game has taken us to. And this is where politically and socially foundational Black Americans, as we always say, we've got the power to get all of them out of the paint. Yes, we do. If we want to get the Democratic Party out of the paint, we can do it. We got to get our reparations. And how do we get our reparations, y'all? We get our reparations clearly. Okay, and I'm going to make this very crystal clear. We get our reparations by ending that Democratic plantation. Once you end that Democratic plantation, family, we let everybody know the power in which we have, which means anybody else can get ended in the same goddamn process at the same goddamn time. So we making examples out of a lot of people. And when you say you making examples out of people, y'all, that is exactly what you have to do in this society. Because if you do not make examples out of people, you will be the example. And that used to be what it was. That ain't what it is anymore. Right now, y'all, this is our era and our time, and we are in full control. Now, speaking of that, family, as we tap into the lineage and we tap into the culture, one of the things that I realize about us tapping into the lineage and the culture, We got to get it from the ancestors. We got to get the spirit. So when we seen the situation that happened out there with Martin Luther King Jr., and as we say, y'all, the brothers and sisters at the hearing, that was right down the street, just a few blocks from what was going on at Martin Luther King Jr.'s childhood home. So as that's occurring and that's happening, we were actually speaking on behalf of the lineage. I want to play this clip right now because this was strong. This is one of the strongest clips that came out all week. Salute to our brother JoJo for this one. Our brother JoJo went out there in front of that house and he put some of that real root work energy in the air. And this is how you let people know. I'm telling y'all, we making declarations out here in these streets. We are making real declarations to where everybody has to bow down. Check this out. Salute to our brother for this one, because this is how we got to do it. And this is indicative of this new era. This is an example of the way we moving along. And anybody who does not like it, once again, they got to bow. Check it out.
Protect our ancestors. Protect our land. Protect our land. They want to come and develop on our land. Protect our land. Don't let them take our land. Black Americans are here in the South. We are a lineage. We are a specific ethnic group, a special ethnic group. We built this country. We created over 55,000 events. Dr. Martin Luther King fought for civil rights and immigration. Immigration Act of 1965 brought all the Caribbeans, Africans, and all these other people from other places. So we will never try to disrespect our ancestors.
One more time for your mind. Look at that freeze frame, family. Look at that flag waving, family. Look at that legendary Black American house right there, family. This is what it is. This is how we got to do it. We got the energy. We got the style. We got the fashion. They ain't got a goddamn thing. One more time.
Protect our ancestors. Protect our land. Protect our land. They want to come and develop on our land. Protect our land. Don't let them take our land. Black Americans are here in the South. We are a lineage. We are a specific ethnic group, a special ethnic group. We built this country. We created over 55,000 events. Dr. Martin Luther King fought for civil rights and immigration. Immigration Act of 1965 brought all the Caribbeans, Africans, and all these other people from other places. So we will never try to disrespect our ancestors.
That part. Notice how our brother went down the list. Notice how our brother mentioned, this is our country. This is our land. We actually are the ones who are responsible for other people even being here. These folks wouldn't even be in our country if it wasn't for us. So nobody can run around here and try to disrespect us on our turf. It doesn't matter. I don't give a damn if that person who did it come from another country. I don't give a damn if that person came from across the side of the street. I don't give a damn if the supremacists, which probably is what happened, sent this person in. Everybody had to get that message. And trust me, they were listening very, very clearly to what our brother was saying right there. And that is, we will not be replaced. We will not be erased. You are going to have to deal with foundational Black Americans every single step of the way. We are here. You can't run us out of our home. We ain't fleeing. We ain't hopping. We ain't skipping. We ain't jumping. We standing right here in the turf on the goddamn soil. If your grandmama was in the soil and you in the soil, then that means it's yours, right? Exactly. And this is all ours and it belongs to us. So salute to our brother for representing the real way, because that's the way we got to continue to move. And that's the way we got to continue to function. And we will, and it will not stop. It will not stop. This is just the very, very beginning of everything, y'all. The very beginning. So when you talk about the games that they play and how they try to hustle us and how they try to pull these scams on us, I want y'all to see this footage right here. This made the rounds on social media because it wouldn't be right unless there was some funny style ops there. So as we had ops all the way on the other side of the, the town where we was at, okay, a couple blocks away when folks was there trying to burn down the house. And then we over here giving this speech and we out here representing. Then you also had some of these known ops trying to pull on in and trying to disrespect the lineage, y'all. And we was not going for that. We wasn't going for that in no way, shape, or form. So we already got a list of who these people are, where they come from. We already know who ain't about that life. We already know who is out here in these streets trying to run interference on foundational Black Americans. It ain't nothing that we got to figure out. It ain't nothing we got to solve. But what we have done is we've been taking names. We've been taking dates. We've been breaking it down. We've been letting everybody know who is who and what is what. Either you certified or you counterfeit. If you counterfeit, you can't stand next to us and you got to go. So with that said, family, did y'all see the video? I want to know if anybody's seen the video. If you've seen the video, much love and salute to y'all, because this is what was going on while we were there. You had this Cobra buster that tried to pull up and try to run interference on what we was doing, y'all. Nah. Salute again to our brother, because he spotted him soon as he walked into the building. And this guy comes on in and he started talking the same talking points. If I asked every one of y'all right now, what talking points you think this guy said, he said every one of them. Whatever you can think of, this dude said it. This man came in there dressed like the Lord of the Rings, okay? / Harry Potter. He was Harry Potter of the Rings, all right? He looked like he was a wizard and he was going to hop on a goddamn chair and just fly the hell away. No, but we pressed him because we understood. We did it in a professional way. It ain't wild. It ain't crazy. We ain't just sitting there running up on folks from, just because. If you say something that's out of pocket, you don't represent the lineage in the proper fashion, and you're going to get it from the lineage in a proper fashion. And that's exactly what we did. We had to run up on this guy in a very, very proper fashion and let him know, if you disrespect this lineage, heritage, and culture, then this lineage, heritage, and culture will show you the most smoke, and the smoke you can't handle. This guy right here is a known naarc. Okay, don't get it twisted. In Cobra, they're a bunch of narcs, okay, meaning they working for the dominant society, all right? And hell, they got a group called NARC. So NARC is a narc, okay? In Cobra, a bunch of agents and operatives, and we ran this guy so far off the block. And I got evidence that we ran this dude off the block. And I got evidence that this person is funded by George Soros, every single dominant society supremacist that you can imagine. This is his masters, and he thought he was going to come around us and run that game. But in the whole meantime, fam, we ran that real certified work on him. So this is the way it started off. I told my brother Joe, and I was like, hey, bro, I'm about to get him. JoJo was like, go get him. And I see my brother EJ, salute to you. EJ was like, all right, hey, got him. This, once again, we pushed together, y'all. This wasn't nothing coordinated. We didn't even know this sucker was going to be there. It was just some energy where my brother like, yo, let's go. My other brother like, hey, let's go. And he be like, shit, let's do it. Let's do it. The time is now. No better people than us. So we said, all right, let's go get it. So I approached him and I was like, hey, I want to know about who's funded. And I also told him straight up, hey, we know in the Black grassroots that y'all are working with the dominant society and you a Democratic shield. Watch every excuse he gives, family, and watch the way we cooked them. This was a foundational Black American family affair, and that's how we handle things. Watch it.
Because to us, to be honest with you, in Cobra, it seems like a Democratic Shield organization. So I want to ask you, is it a Democratic Shield organization?
Democratic Shield?
Democratic Shield, yes. I mean, you do everything the Democrats say to do and take money from the Democrats.
We don't get any money from the Democrats.
Well, not publicly, probably private.
We don't get any money from the Democrats.
Okay, well, I know a lot of people that, so I'm, well, do you know, you got books?
I've been on the national board since 2004.
Okay.
I know I get our annual, I get
People
our
have actually
budget.
traced, yeah.
Boy, they done cut my feet. Hold on, y'all. Oh, no, we ain't having that. Hold up. Never that. Hold on. We got it. We here. Y'all know they be trying to ban, but you know they can't do that. Here we go. Right back at it.
Since 2004. I know I get our annual, I get
People
our
have actually
budget.
traced, yeah, okay. People have actually traced, and Cobra going all the way back to George Soros. Get money from George Soros.
We haven't got any money from George
And
Soros.
you know that for a fact. You can tell me honestly, or you just telling me that it's real.
I just finished telling you I'm on the board of the organization.
Okay. Are you
That
an accountant
means
for him?
quarterly. That means
Are you
quarterly.
I'm an accountant. Are you an accountant for him?
Let me finish, bro.
Go ahead.
Quarterly.
Hey, look, y'all. Hey, he's starting to get salty now, right? Right? Y'all notice that. He started trying to talk about I'm on the board and I'm on the board of this and the board of that. And I say, oh shit, I'm counting, bro. I do this every day. Who you talking to? Okay, I'm on all types of boards. What we speaking on, bro? Where are we going with that? You feel me? He don't know what to do. All right, he already see him get scared. He getting shook. He getting shook all the way, but that's all right. We still got time. What they say, we got time? We got time.
We have a board meeting.
Yes, sir.
And at that quarterly board meeting,
I know board meeting. I see no board meetings every day.
our treasurer gives us a financial report. We know how much money is in the bank. We know where the money came from, how much money came from fundraising, how much money came from chapters paying their dues, how much money may have.
How many of those people are affiliated with the Democratic Party as sister organizations?
They're not the treasurer, the board.
No. All the names that you just named, when you look at the treasury and you look at all those names that you just named, half of those go back to being funded by some form of allegation and some form of accusation towards the Democratic Party.
It's not true, bro.
I've seen it now, bro.
Bro. Okay, you can believe what you want to believe. That's what this really comes down to. Because I'm sitting here.
All right, check it out, y'all. Here we go. All right, I got all that. I'm telling y'all, they trying to mess with the feed, y'all, but y'all know we pivot. Notice how he sat there, y'all, and tried to tell me, well, you know, I'm going to go ahead and let you just believe what you believe. You goddamn right I'm going to believe what I believe. I ain't going to believe what you tell me to. Hell no. Watch it.
Telling you as a board member, somebody I joined the Cobra in 1996, brother.
And
what you're saying to me,
1996. So what? It's been off code since 1996. Before that,
what you're saying to me,
okay, as a person from the Black grassroots, brother. As a person from the
No. Let me run that back. Fam. We're going to get this all the way right, okay? We're going to get that all the way right. Let me run that back. Notice how, fam, he tries to start dictating and we weren't going for it.
I've seen it now, bro.
Bro. Okay, you can believe what you want to believe. That's what this really comes down to. Because I'm sitting here telling you as a board member, somebody I joined the Cobra in 1996, brother.
And
what you're saying to me,
1996. So what? It's been off code.
Are y'all surprised that a scam African is fleeing? Why he fleeing? Sit down. He was having a conversation. I came over there like a man and shook his hand and said, hey, bro, we got some real questions about y'all in the Black grassroots. I ain't come over there wilding out. I ain't dropping no curse words. He getting up. He look at him. He ain't even looking right now. He acting like he dropped his phone. Hey, what'd he say on Friday? What'd he say? Man, get your ass up. It ain't even wet over here. You ain't dropped your damn phone. Quit fronting. You ain't dropped nothing. You scared. That's what it is. You scared because you're used to a world where y'all used to try to hustle my lineage. Y'all used to try to play my lineage, but my lineage today ain't going for it. That's what time it is, y'all. So we represent to the fullest and to the maximum, and he had to fall all the way back. Then he tried to tell me, well, brother, you can just believe what you want to believe. You goddamn right. You got that. That's what we do over here. I don't know about over there. Over here, we do whatever the hell we choose to do and whatever the hell we please. So you see him already starting to flee. And if he wants to go ahead and go on that time, I'm going to give him that time. Family, sit back. Go ahead and crank it up. We got all the feeds corrected. Y'all going to hear everything that we said, and we put it out for the family because this is for all of us. Check this out, man. Crank up the volume. Let's go.
Before that.
what you're saying to me,
Okay, as a person from the Black grassroots, brother. As a person from the Black grassroots, I want to let you know that Cobra's really done nothing for us. You've been around, you said 1996. Tell me what has been accomplished for Black Americans in terms of reparations. It's a simple question. What has been accomplished?
He can't even answer a simple question. What has been accomplished from Cobra for the Black community? And he can't even answer it. Look at him. Look at his whole demeanor, y'all. I want y'all to look at that punctified body language he got. He got his hands in his pocket. He looking away. He just spent an hour trying to find his phone. Your phone been on the goddamn ground for an hour and a half, homie, okay? Now look at my composure. Look at the way I'm talking to him. I'm not on that type of time. I'm speaking real. And this is the difference. When somebody is correct, you can have the composure I got. When somebody is incorrect, you got his type of demeanor. That's just one. Oh. That's just the beginning. Like I said, the brothers came in there and the brothers start putting in that work too. Y'all got to check this out now too, family. Watch the way the brothers came in there and the brothers start getting him. He was shook. He didn't know what to do. He was hiding. He was hurt. He was wobbling. And that's what we do. Part 2, y'all. Crank it up.
Treasury done to give us money.
Now I'm asking him, I'm saying, hey, what has the Treasury? Because he tried to give me that whole con game where, you know, I've been on the Treasury and the panel. Okay. But none of those people that you're trying to tell me is a part of the Treasury or any of those other groups, none of them have moved the needle an inch. And you claim to be some type of reparations panel. You ain't even got reparations for tethers. You're trying to steal our reparations. And in the meantime, you're trying to get reparations for Africans. You ain't did that either. So you fucking up twice. This is what I'm saying, y'all. They fail at felon. I tell everybody, the F in FLIR stands for felon. And he can talk all that stuff about he's from here. No, you not. You ain't from here. And if you are, you disqualify and we send your ass back home. That's what we doing, y'all. Check this out now. As he tries to say that, and he tried to tell me about sitting on boards. I said, I sit on boards every day. What you talking about? Then he tried to say, well, you know, we don't get money because I'm on the Treasury. I said, are you the accountant? I had something for whatever he said. Whatever he said, brother, I'm going to let you believe what you want to believe. I said, hell yeah, I'm going to believe what I want to believe, not what you believe. Look at you. You in here dressed like Harry Potter. Okay, you look like you about to take one of them goddamn seats and fly to the moon. I definitely ain't listening to you. Your goddamn dreads look like they about to fall off. Okay, your false teeth is chattering. I'm not listening to a goddamn thing you saying. But I tell you what, you're going to listen to us. This is the new era, family. So not only did we give the speech that we gave, not only did my brother stand in front of Martin Luther King's home and make the declaration that we here and we ain't going nowhere, not only did we say we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters all over the country, we also got time for some G-checking and some regulating and some gatekeeping.
Treasury done to get us money. That's a whole lot of people that NCOBA is affiliated with that hasn't moved the needle 1 inch. I know black grassroots people who have moved it further than NCOBA. I know people on the internet have done more than NCOBA. So I'm asking you, what has NCOBA really ever done for reparations in terms of our lineage? And I assume that you are a black American. Simple question. Simple question, bro. I'm not being hostile. I'm asking you. Simple question. I'm being professional. I'm an accountant, brother. I know professional. So I'm just asking.
First of all,
He trying to get it together. He like, the now watch it, fam. This is what we get when we deal with these NCOBA chumps. Now watch what he says. This is when we gonna get the real, y'all. So after I pressed him in a very, very simple professional fashion, I asked him very, very yes or no questions. He couldn't answer that. After I told him what time it was, I told him that we understand that y'all have done nothing. Now watch what he says. Y'all know this man had the nerve to tell me, well, I don't even consider myself black. Hear for yourself.
I'm an accountant, brother. I know professional. So I'm just asking.
First of all, I don't consider myself black.
You don't consider yourself black?
No, because
so why y'all here talking about reparations for black Americans? Aren't you disqualified from that conversation? Would a Latino say he doesn't understand? Would a Latino say that he's not Latino and yet fight for something for Latino?
Well, I'm gonna let you.
That's a simple clarification.
I'm gonna let you. I'm telling you.
That you don't see yourself black.
Yeah, there's no black person in this room.
You looking at me?
Black is the color of that.
Black is also my
It's the
lineage.
color of that.
Black is also my lineage.
Every human being on this earth recognizes who they are based on the land base that they come from. There's no yellow people, there's no blue people, there's no purple people, there's no white people. Mm-hmm. You are who you are defined based on the land space that you are come from. We come from Africa. No, we come from Africa.
I'm not from Africa.
No, sir.
You can be from where
I have no family from
where
Africa.
I want to be. I'm from where I am from. It's not up to an opinion. Here's the question: if you are going to feel that way, why would you subject everyone else to your opinion of not being black?
Some people say African American.
But why would we take some?
A lot of people say New African.
Okay, if African American was created in 1987 by Jesse Jackson.
That's not created, but
what
it was
was it?
introduced into the community.
Freeze. I said simply to him, y'all. This man is copping, please, y'all. He copping serious, please. I told him, I said that the term African American was created by Jesse Jackson in 1987. And he says it wasn't created, it was introduced. And I said, well, you have to create it to introduce it. You can't introduce something that wasn't created. He never told me that it wasn't. He never denied Jesse Jackson. He just went along and said, well, it wasn't created now. And then he says, well, some people say that you African. And I said, I don't give a fuck what some people say. I'm telling you what it is. Again, about 10, 15, 20 years ago, brothers and sisters would have said, well, you know, I know what some people say. We say we don't give a damn what some people say. It's about what we say. We got that energy and we got that emotion. Check it out further, y'all.
It was created, then introduced. You got to create it, then you introduce it.
To create Africa, you don't create Africa. Africa exists. We are descendants of Africa. Everybody in this room is a descendant of Africa.
White people are descendants of Africa. Do they say that they're African American? Elon Musk is an African American. So isn't that an actual thing? And big fact. All the documents. I'm trying to tell him that all the documents on the table is what he's telling me.
Those of us who are in this room
Okay,
are
but that's a strong man
descendants.
argument, brother. At the end of the day,
Those of us who are in this room are descendants of Africans who were enslaved in America.
You may be. I am a foundational Black American, meaning my people are the foundation of this country, brother.
Okay. Before we move on, because family, I'm telling y'all, we got more. Oh, we got more. You heard the brother right there sitting there going, well, I just feel that, it was this, that, and the other thing. Oh, no. We got it all, family. Trust me. I'm telling y'all right now, we got some receipts to put on top of that. First off, Jesse Jackson came up with the term African American. And if anybody remembers, just a few days ago, I put up an article from 1986, 87, and it showed everybody that the average Black person did not even represent African American. We didn't want that term. That term was a term that we shunned. We said, we ain't no goddamn African American. This notion that brothers and sisters in the 80s were saying, yeah, we are African Americans. That is not true. Brothers and sisters back then were denouncing that term. You know what they came up with? Brothers and sisters in the 1980s said they wanted to be referred to as Black Americans. That is what it is. I got the documentation. He was sitting there saying that, well, it wasn't really introduced. No. It was introduced, and it was created by the boule, the sellouts, the suckers, the chumps, and all of them. And the same people that we throwing out today are the same ones that they should have got thrown out years ago, but that's fine. We got time for it. So he's sitting there running that whole game, trying to tell us what we should be doing, what we should be operating at. No. We're not going for that. So our brother right there, y'all gonna hear our brother JoJo come and say, put it up. Show the documentation, homeboy, and then he starts stuttering more. You said every single question that was asked to this guy, have y'all heard one answer? Have you heard one clear answer? Or have you heard babbling? Have you heard stumbling, fumbling, and bumbling? Okay, we talking to this man directly. We talking to him straight up professional. He had to find his phone for an hour and a half. He said he ain't Black. And I'm like, okay, if you ain't Black, then what you here for? Okay, this is Black. Whether you say it's a native Black American, a foundational Black American, just Black American, whatever you call yourself, we all understand that we are Black. See, that's that tether stuff. That go back to, I'm not Black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not Black, I'm from Haiti. I'm not Black, I'm from Zimbabwe, the Congo, all of that, right? We ain't on that type of time. And this is the person who's supposed to be trying to spearhead reparations for us. We have to get them out the paint. We have to. So much to the point, y'all, and I'm going to say this right now, okay? If any of these people come to your town, any of these people come to your city, I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, I'm talking about the Congressional Coon Caucus, I'm talking about NAARC, I'm talking about Cobra, I'm talking about what's Al Sharpton's, the National Action Network or whatever. If any of them come to your city, give them that full court press, record it, send it to me, and we're going to put it up on the big screen, and we're going to do that forever. We're going to go ahead and expose it. Let's get it. It don't matter. Put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram. We're going to get a whole stack of files of us just running them off the block. Y'all remember And1? Y'all remember had the And1 mixtape with hot sauce and all them? Okay, well, what we gonna do, fam, we gonna put together a goddamn mixtape, a highlight reel, all right, a special of just foundational Black Americans running these people out the paint. And we're gonna keep it in circulation all the way live. That's what they hate. They don't like that. You've seen brothers and sisters all over this country regulating these people. That's what you've been seeing. You see it, brothers and sisters in Chicago, New York City, Atlanta. We was out there representing. We were out there really in the paint, showing people that we're not tolerating those games. And this is what we're going to continue to do. Let's go ahead, y'all. Let's wrap them on up. Let's film it. And that's what they cannot stand. See, when we run up on them with the phones now, and we be like, all right, what about reparations? Nah, that's bullshit. What about reparations? Oh, you ain't Black? We all Black. All right, get out of here. Get out the paint. When we start showing that, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, fam. They got to fold, y'all. They got to fold when we get on that type of time. And that is what we have to consistently do. We're going to get them. Anyone who runs up in your city, that comes in your town, I don't give a damn if it's your county. Take your phone with you. Get somebody that'll record or you record. Let's go ahead and get it all on documentation so we can show the kids later on. This is this person's plan. When they try to give us, well, my plan is that we'll give half this to them and a quarter of that to minorities. Then we could just say, look, film right there. Hit play. Bing. Hit play, show them they talking that nonsense about us, don't vote for them. Simple as that. That's politics in 2 seconds. That's the way we're going to continue to do it. That's the way we will continue to press them. We ain't done. We got 433 people in here. We ain't even been on for an hour. Smash that like button, y'all, because on this episode, we starting off right here in Atlanta. I showed you my brother JoJo out there in front of Martin Luther King's childhood home. I showed you us giving speeches on the floor for reparations in Fulton County. We're going to take it to Chicago. We're going to take it to New York City, and we're going to show everybody that Black Americans all over this country, we got a thing going, y'all. We got a thing where we are out here pushing the line. We are out here standing in the paint, and we are running up on these ops like never before. We are stronger than ever. We are building. We are working. We are shining. We are grinding, and we got video evidence to prove it. We back to it. Now it gets fun. because that was just me G-checking them. Then the brothers came in, they start G-checking them. Now watch when you get a couple black Americans on an op don't know what to do. Continue, proceed, y'all.
Because they had to be insured to be on the boats. Remember that.
If you look at every single organization that was first established in the United States,
Your family's lineage.
if you look at every single organization that was started by people of African descent when slavery ended, right? Even before slavery ended, the first organization that was created in this organization was called the Free African Society. They call themselves.
Watch how he says African, but yet he's standing on a panel for American, and Americans. And watch how he starts stuttering, fumbling, bumbling, can't get it out. This motherfucker make Roland Martin look like a speech therapist. Watch this right here, y'all. He don't know what to say.
That was created in this organization was called the Free African Society. They call themselves African. They recognize them as African. The next organization that was created was the African Methodist Episcopal Church. The next organization was created was the African Baptist Church. The next organization that was created was called an organization called the African Masonic Lodge, Free African Lodge #1.
He's stuttering. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I said, you can't even remember it. He's sitting there trying to act like he's trying to put us on game. He can't even remember what he's trying to say. Look at him over there. And as a matter of fact, look at that right there. Look at me pointing at him. Look at my certified demeanor and look at his coward demeanor. Look at it. That's someone who's frail. He looked like he lying. He looked like he don't believe himself. He looked like he don't know what the hell he's trying to come up with because he don't, because he ain't got nothing. Only thing he got is all of that babbling. And he's used to being around people who allow him to babble. He's used to trying to babble my lineage, my heritage, and my culture. But now he's around some certifieds who ain't going for it. And trust me, on the other side of that camera, I had my two other brothers with me. And then this gentleman right here speaking with him. And we were the ones holding it down in the paint. Yes, we were.
How many? 3%.
That's not.
Why
Why is Atlanta and Fulton County speaking on reparations for this specific lineage?
Because I grew up here. I thought you said you back to 19. I'm a descendant of Africa.
Why don't you descend back to Africa and go fight for descendant African reparations opposed to has to be lineage based, correct, and not all black people. Brother, he doesn't believe black exists. No, he said he's wearing black. I'll give you that. Do you believe that second generation Africans are owed Fulton County reparations or any type of resources from this territory? Yes or no?
Say that again.
Second generation Africans or Caribbeans, do you think they are owed reparations from this Fulton County task force in any way, shape, or form? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question, though, brother. Yes or no question. Exactly.
Depending on what the scope of this, depending on what the
elongated answer. Typically, when you're incorrect, right? Yeah. When you're incorrect, you do that. So that means you're not fit to oversee.
Okay, hold on. My short answer is yes.
So that's wrong. That wasn't short answer. It took you 5 minutes to get to it. That shows you not fit.
That's the short answer.
His short answer took him 5 minutes to come up with. He literally froze. He literally was like, he don't know what he's talking about. And once again, this is a new era, a new generation where you can't get away with that type of talk. I don't know what people was doing back in the day. We're not going for any of that. You're going to have to show and prove. So you seen clip number 1. Simply, hey, y'all are a Democratic Shield organization. He says, well, what's a Democratic Shield? You know what it is. You're one of them. Y'all seen the second clip. I said, okay, well, tell me where you get the money from. Tell me, since you on the board, tell me where all the money is being financed with. Well, I don't know. Then you see the third clip. We're saying, okay, we'll put up the documentation. He starts saying the African dude says, hey, do you support reparations for us? And do you believe that Caribbeans should get it? He froze. Then he did a little fake smile where he's like, damn, I'm caught. He gave the I'm caught smile. Then he didn't know what to say again. This is what happens whenever you press these people. And this is what happens whenever they have to deal with us. That's why they have these little backdoor little meetings and stuff when we're not around. The only reason they do that, y'all, is because they understand that when we are around, they can't get off none of their stuff. None of it, never. This is what they do whenever we come around. Now look at this again, fam. I want y'all to notice. Watch how he freezes when a simple question was asked. And has he still answered anything? No.
Lineage based, correct, and not all black people. Brother, he doesn't believe black exists. No, he said he's wearing black. Do you believe that second generation Africans are owed Fulton County reparations or any type of resources from this task force? Yes or no?
Say that again.
Second generation Africans or Caribbeans, do you think they are owed reparations from this Fulton County task force in any way, shape, or form? Yes or no? That's a yes or no question, though, brother. Yes or no question. Exactly.
Depending on what the scope of this, depending on what the
elongated answer. Typically, when you're incorrect, right?
Yeah.
When you're incorrect, you do this, right?
So that means you're not fit to oversee.
Okay, hold on. My short answer is yes.
So that's wrong.
That wasn't short answer. It took you 5 minutes to get to it.
That shows you not
That's the
fit.
short answer.
Sir.
Now, when we start talking about all that babble that he was coming up with, when we start talking about everything that he was saying and how it don't add up, oh, the receipts is gonna drop. Oh yeah, we got some major receipts. But you know, at this point, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was starting to get a little fed up. And I was like, okay, this dude just talking. Okay, he babbling. We done gave him every opportunity. All right. We done said, hey, are y'all Democratic Shield organization? He didn't want to answer that. He said he wasn't black. He didn't want to go there. We said put up the documentation. He didn't want to do that either. So after all of this, y'all know Black Alpha. I'm just gonna get to the point where I'm gonna say, okay, this dude want to go there, so let's go there. As I said, we match energy. We don't start energy, we match it. Meaning if you come to us cool, then we gonna be cool. You come off cold, then we gonna give you that real smoke. That's how we get in. So now, family, watch this right here. This is the best part. Notice how I start pressing him, and now watch how angry he gets. All right, now mind you, this was the dude earlier saying, man, let me talk now. Hold on, let me find my phone. Okay, now it's funny how we done got Mr. Harry Potter, Mr. Wizard. We done scared him to the point, y'all, where he starts getting upset. This is all after we gave the speech. So we came and we handled our professional business and we spoke for reparations on Fulton County, okay? And then we regulated somebody. And I always say on the Black Alpha Network, we are multitaskers, meaning we can G-check your ass on the way to the bank. And I'll be damned if that didn't happen. Watch this right now. Now watch him start getting mad, y'all. He started getting mad. And then the running him off the block started to commence.
You're not qualified to speak on reparations. Respectfully, you're not qualified to speak on
I said none of y'all are qualified to speak on reparations.
I'm a big deal. No, I'm saying that. No, it's not even about that.
And I'm not being
Wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. Notice I said, you ain't qualified to speak on reparations. And he said something like, I could say that y'all ain't qualified to speak on reparations. I said, shit, I'm a big deal. I'm a real big deal. You put me and you in the room, homeboy, okay? And the real certifieds is going to see me. All right, trust and believe you. They ain't going to be able to pick your ass up out of a lineup. They ain't going to know if your ass is from Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. They ain't going to know if your ass is from goddamn witches. They ain't going to be able to find you hocus pocus, okay? None of that. Africans don't even know you, homeboy. But watch how we tell him he ain't qualified, and he starts getting more mad.
You're not qualified to speak on reparations. Respectfully, you're not qualified to speak on
I said none of y'all are qualified to speak on reparations.
I'm a big deal. No, I'm saying that. No, it's not even about that.
And I'm not being funded by the Democratic Party.
I'm not getting funded by the Democratic Party.
No,
Show me receipts of that.
Not saying it.
Show me receipts of that.
Show me receipts that we are not foundation of the country.
Show me receipts that Cobra is funded by the Democratic Party.
Everybody knows it.
Show me receipts that Cobra is funded by the Democrats.
He big
I
mad.
know that I'm not. We don't get
that you are funded by the Democrats.
What organization? Show me.
The Democrats.
Hold on.
The Democrat is a
Cam, one more time.
Show me receipts that Cobra is funded by the Democrats.
You mad? You getting mad? You get mad, scam
I
out.
know that I'm not. We don't get
that you are funded by the Democrats.
What organization? Show me.
The Democrats in Cobra.
The Democrat is a
Let me slow down.
How many people
are funded by in Cobra? You may not want to acknowledge it because you say you are not black.
And y'all
You
not
are.
fit for
And
this
all
work.
that hooting and hollering doesn't really move
You
nobody.
don't believe that
It's not moving me,
reparations
brother.
is specific.
Y'all were hooting and hollering up there. So
I spoke very calm and very soft.
Some people
You're
did,
hooting
some
and
people
hollering.
didn't.
Tap dancing don't scare me. I'm
That
telling you that.
don't scare me.
But you're doing it, so you're not scared yourself. When you tell me.
All right, fam. I tell him, I say, all that hooting and hollering, that don't move me, brother. He said, y'all was up there hooting and hollering. Now, and anywhere in my speech did I hoot and holler? Hell no. So now he just reaching for straws, right? So he says, well, you was hooting and hollering too. And I said, nah. Then I tell him, tap dancing don't scare me, homeboy. Especially not somebody who came in here dressed like 3 witches from Hocus Pocus, all right? Hell to the no, all right? Halloween was on the 31st of October, all right? Okay, take the goddamn costume off, partner. So I told him all of that tap dancing do not scare me. He said, tap dancing don't scare me. What kind of whack ass shit is that? I tell him tap dancing don't scare me. He said it don't scare me either. And then I told him, I said, well, you just were tap dancing, so you must not be scared of your goddamn self. That's the only thing you showing me. But you better be scared of this goddamn smoke. In Cobra, NARC, NAACP, Black Lives Matter, I'm declaring smoke on y'all boys. We got smoke for you. Anywhere you come, any town, any city, you come around us, we're going to run your ass out the paint, off the block, out the county, and eventually out the country. You want to be a scam African? You can go and scam Africans back in Africa, but you cannot stand here on our turf. Yes, indeed.
Cobra is a tap dancing cool organization, and foundational Black Americans are the lineage. Africans
we wouldn't be having this conversation right now if it wasn't for the work that Cobra is doing.
Off code, Africans, no reparations, tap dancing, he's scared, foundational Black Americans, Black Alpha Network, let's roll.
Boom. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Somebody said earlier, they were like, man, y'all shouldn't have debated. Was there a debate in any of that? I ain't seen no goddamn debate. I seen some certifieds putting that damn G-check in. I seen some certifieds regulating gatekeeping. I seen what delineating looks like. And delineating ain't just delineating from somebody from the other side of the planet. Sometimes it's delineating from these folks who standing right here. And I just skipped to the end. I heard enough, and I straight up tell them, Cobra is a tap dancing coon organization, and that's exactly what the hell you are. So basically, I'm saying, fuck your group. That's what I'm telling you. We in Lineage, fuck your group, homeboy.
Don't scare me. But you're doing it, so you must not scare yourself. Cobra is a tap dancing cool organization, and foundational Black Americans are the lineage. Africans
we wouldn't be having this conversation right now if it wasn't for the work that Cobra is doing.
Off code, Africans, no reparations, tap dancing, he's scared, foundational Black Americans, Black Alpha Network, let's roll.
Boom. And then, hey, check it out. After we walked away, he was still mad. Got more receipts.
Hey, look, y'all, he's still mad. Look at this. He's still mad down there, babbling. He over there babbling. He hurt. He wobbling. He wobbling. We heard him. You see what happens when you speak the truth, family? You see what happens? His false teeth was about to fall out. FBA, all day certified, Black Alpha Network. In Cobra, you can't stand next to us. Never, not at all. Foundational Black Americans, Fulton County, reparations. Anybody who's not talking on reparations for our lineage, disqualified because we certify. Certified, salute to everybody, one love, every day.
Ran off the block. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. That is him. Check it out. That is him. After we done put that regulating game down, after we stood in the paint, he grabbed his little goddamn book. He put on his goddamn little scarf, his little goddamn, I think he got on sandals. Look at this. Fam, if I'm not mistaken, he looked like he got on goddamn sandals. Okay. You know, this guy a goddamn fool. Yes, he got to trotting his ass right up off the block. And that's what it is. We're going to run you off the block. We're not playing with our reparations. We're not playing with our lineage. We're not playing with our heritage or our culture. Them false teeth was chattering. He was in that motherfucker talking about something. If it wasn't for us, I thought we was going to have to go ahead and get that motherfucker a glass of water. That's what it was, family. And we ran him straight up off the block, literally. When somebody says they running people off the block, they just saying it. We got receipts and footage.
Not talking on reparations for our lineage, disqualified because we certify. Certified, salute to everybody, one love, every day.
I'm walking out and I see him leaving. That man left. All of the other folks were still in there tap dancing with him. All the people, he could have sat down and talked to him. He could have had a nice little tether time, a little scam African time. He could have had all that. He didn't have to go. Why you leaving early? Why you going? What's happening? Did you come here to try to get our reparations? You fleeing. See, once again, are you surprised that a fleer is fleeing? His ass fled off the block. When you rock with us over here on the Black Alpha Network, family, when I say we're going to run people off the block, I'm going to sit here and say it every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and then we're going to do it, and then we're going to all come back here, and we're going to watch the footage, and we're going to laugh. Ain't nothing better than that. Ain't nothing better than roasting some ops and some tethers and then coming back here and laughing with the whole family. That's what it is. So, yes, he got ran off the block, literally leaving. Goodbye. That wasn't us leaving like that. That was him leaving like that. Oh, by the way, I didn't do that, y'all. That right there is an accident. I don't know what happened. That ain't me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how that got there. I don't know. That just popped up. I apologize. You know, I be having some issues and stuff. Y'all know they be messing with my feed. So that little head that just popped on the screen, that's not me. I didn't do that. I'm go ahead and declare that. That wasn't me, family. I guess his true colors came out. I guess that's what happened. And I guess our true colors always. So he had to deal with us, family. He had to go ahead and get that smoke. and the smoke does not stop. When we say we got that smoke, family, we said it is 24/7, 365. That's the way we operate. That's the way we function. That's the way Certified Black Society does things. So yes, we are in full control. We are in full command. And just to let you know that I'm petty. I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody got about, 2 times. I always tell people, Black Americans, we only got 2 times, okay? That's that you done messed with me for the last time and your ass got 1 more time, all right? So me being a little petty, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. This right here is a Black Alpha exclusive. I'm gonna show y'all something that I ain't showing nobody. This was actually me leaving, okay? Check this out. This was me leaving. When I showed y'all the footage of this man literally leaving the block, and I ain't gonna lie, I might have said something, I might have just told him that he ain't qualified to speak on our reparation. Now, mind you, y'all, I had to go all the way to the other side, catch a little ride down, and then hop in the vehicle, okay? Well, I happened to see him, and it went down like this. Hey, y'all, there go that Ink Cobra dude. He's still mad. He's still talking. He's still pissed. We about to troll the fuck out of him. Look at him. Look at him. Still mad. Reparations all day. You ain't qualified, homie. Ha ha. Certified. I know. I had one more time. Sorry, y'all. The fuck out of him. Look at him. Look at him. Still mad. Reparations all day. You ain't qualified, homie. Ha ha. Certified. Bam. G-check. Who he talking about? Who he gonna say y'all ain't qualified to speak on reparations? I'm a big deal, homie. Why? Because I got the whole family. I got 480 people in here, and we all from the bloodline. We all from the family tree. We started off with Colorado, Virginia. We had Baltimore. We had Chicago. We had Detroit. We had all the South, all the East Coast, the West Coast, and the Midwest. Come on. We done had people in here from Idaho, and there's probably about 3 Black Americans there, and we had one of them, okay? And that ain't bad. So no, you are not going to sit there and talk on us, family. We're going to let you know we don't have no compromise. We're not giving these people an inch. You give them an inch, they're going to take them out. So I guarantee y'all, he went back home. He's probably mad. But that's it. Good. What I'll say, when people who are off code are smiling and they showing all their goddamn teeth, they win it. But when we got them upset and we trolling them, then that's what it is. Because trust me, if you come after our lineage, you disrespect my lineage, my heritage, and the culture, then it's all fair game to troll you. It's all fair game to gatekeep. It's all fair game to regulate, okay? Because when you sitting there and you supporting Joe Biden, all right, and Joe Biden's locking up our family, and he's splitting the Black man and the woman, and the Black household goes down in every single category, you're sitting here trying to replace us with all these immigrants. Oh, no, you're going to get the G-check, and you're going to get the full 100% G-check. And that's the way it is, and that's the way I love it, y'all. So, yeah, I went real full 100% petty, but he got the professional. He ain't want to respect that. He got the real clean dialogue. He ain't want to respect that. We gave him real questions, yes or no's, all right, no trap questions. He couldn't answer it. So after he done got all of that, after he done went and tried to take our reparations and give it to whoever else, oh, no. You're going to get that full smoke. And that is the way we operate. That's the way we move, y'all. And if you look all the way across the whole country, y'all, you're going to have to understand one thing for certain. VA in the building, first off. Salute, certified salute, sister. Yes, indeed. When you look all the way across, y'all, we're seeing this go on everywhere. Brothers and sisters everywhere, and brothers and sisters are not playing. We are not playing about our reparations right now. You feel me? This is 11th hour. And I love it, though, because Black folks was playing back in the day. A lot of stuff brothers and sisters was doing, it was just playing. It was like, well, hopefully we get it. If we get it, we get it. We don't. We had to move past that. We got to move past that. That's why I love us right now, man. We are very, very serious. We're very, very razor sharp. We are focused on every single thing that we do. And we're not allowing people to come around us and just run that game. All right. Anybody who's running that game, they are going to have to understand that foundational Black Americans in this generation and era is something they're going to have to get used to. They're going to have to get used to it, because this reparations movement is not like any other movement. I always say, man, we had the indigenous era. We have Reconstruction. We had slavery, the civil rights era. We done had it all. But if we don't get this done, it's a wrap. You're in an erasure. They're trying to erase us. And if we do not stop the erasure, there ain't going to be nothing to fight. You ain't going to have a civil rights era if you don't exist. You're not going to have a Reconstruction if you don't exist. So therefore, y'all, we got to get it done. And whoever gets in the way of that, it's just going to be somebody who gets regulated in G-check. Who cares? It's just, it's just another tap dancer. Trust me, they make a whole lot of tap dancers out here in the world, okay? A whole lot of them. So therefore, this guy's just one of many. And if you're going to be out here tap dancing, don't be upset when foundational Black Americans get that smoke and we go ahead and give it to you full speed ahead. So as we said, family, that stuff is going on. That's what's happening all across the country. But let me show y'all what's happening. I think this is in Chicago right here. Check this brother out. Salute to this brother. I'm telling you, all over the country, man, we standing up and we are fighting for our reparations. There's just an energy and a vibration that's going on amongst our people. Watch this brother right here. So as we holding it down in Atlanta, watch this brother right there holding it down. I want to say this is in Chicago, and watch the way he's holding down. On this episode, we're going to connect all the dots so everybody can see the energy that we're moving with and how foundational Black Americans in this generation are getting on code. Watch this brother, letting them know.
$52 million on the migrants. $252 million. 17,000 migrants come into this city. And just in Chicago. If we just break that in half and they become families, you got 8,500 families. Hispanics have 3.5 children. I'm submitting to you, in one generation, just one generation, the Black vote will be null. They will have an additional 24,000 people on the voting roll, along with the Hispanic population already here. They're playing chess, and you all are playing checkers. You are damning our youth, our next generation, to poverty. 52 million.
That brother gets it. That brother gets it. That brother gets it. He understands what they're trying to do to us. That's the brother right there holding it down. Once again, you're seeing it. We done broke it down. You got Black brothers and sisters from all different generations. We done seen 80-year-olds, okay? Back in the old days, the 80-year-old would stand out in the rain and then go vote for the Democrats. Now we don't flip it, fam, to where you got some 80-year-old folks who is saying, I ain't voting for nobody, and they're going to the task force. If you really look at it, these task force hearings, some of these summits where we're going and we holding it down, a lot of that now is what has replaced Black folks going out and blindly voting, okay? It used to be images. Remember when Holden Martin was in the car crying, listening to Trey Songz talking about, oh man, how many more times? And he was crying about the voter line. Now you're seeing in front of that task force, the line is all the way down the block and around the corner, and it's brothers and sisters who are upset about the way we're being treated, and they're telling everybody, it's no tangibles, no vote. You ain't giving us what we deserve, then you ain't getting our vote, period, point blank. And they scared of it. They scared. Don't let these people act like they're not scared. They're very scared, very intimidated. Y'all seen the way we had that Ink Cobra dude jumping all over the place, right? He was scared. Why was he scared, y'all? He was scared because he understood that no matter what we say to him, we are the ones with the power, and he can't change it. All right, the foundational Black American, Black grassroots movement that's going on, y'all, this is something that nobody can stop. They cannot stop it. They're trying to stop it, but they can't. They're trying to stop it, but they ain't got the means to do it. They ain't got the power to do it. Check this out right here, family. This is what they're trying to replace us with. And this is why we got to get on game. Look at this right here, y'all. Look at this right here. That right there is the southern border, okay? Look at all these people right there at the southern border. And yet you got people like Jimmy Crow, Joe Biden, and Kamala Collard Green Harris telling us that the border is cool and telling us to go vote as if this does not affect us. Watch this, y'all. Any goddamn day, tell us. Any goddamn day. These goddamn tellers do not want to goddamn function and operate. But you know what? That's all good. That's all good and all gravy. Because you know what? All I got to do is hit this goddamn refresh button and we can run it right the fuck on back. And we can show everybody that they still out here. Boom.
Hello.
Look at that, family.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That looks like the United Nations. Look at all them different people. Look at all them different people. You got folks all coming through the border right now, and you seeing them come here so they can get in on what foundational Black Americans, we are going to be the ones affected by this. And y'all notice, Roland Martin don't talk about this. Roland Martin's still out here talking about voter rights. Van Nessa Jones still talking about voter rights. Okay? They're not talking about what's really affecting us. These brothers and sisters showing up at these task force meetings and hearings, they're not just there talking about reparations. They're there telling them that these migrants who are moving into these towns and these cities are coming taking resources from us, not to mention they're being violent towards us. You don't hear none of that with your average, everyday Democratic shield. You don't hear it with NAARC. You don't hear it with NCOBRA. We are the only ones doing something about it. Look at all these people. Look at all these folks. And they're being assigned seats in your city and my city. And when they get here, they're not thinking about Martin Luther King. They're not thinking about Malcolm X. They're not thinking about Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Eldridge Cleaver, Kathleen Cleaver, Fred Hampton. No. They're not thinking about Harriet Tubman. No. They're thinking about our money. They're thinking about our resources. And they're thinking about our tangibles. And the Democratic Party are the ones facilitating it.
Oh, you have a warm jacket. Nice. Hello.
That man got on the damn Denver Bronco hat. Once again, we done broke this down before. Do any of these people look like they running from some type of war-torn society? Do any of these people look like they're running from any type of displacement? Or does it look like they're being picked to come here so they can participate in an erasure? I say this all the time, fam. None of these people give a damn about replacing us. No, they do not. No, they do not. They are proud to be the replacements. So when we sit here, we are not supporting this blindly. When we're saying that we are for closed border candidates, it's because of this right here. We are not going to vote for our own destruction. Not in this era.
Great. How are you?
So hot.
I don't know what that means.
I love you. I love you.
Uh-huh.
Look at him. Whoa. Now that is a Karen. Listen to this. Listen to that. One more time. Let me run that back. Listen very cautiously. Listen.
I don't know what that means.
I love you. I love you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Don't I always say right here on the Black Alpha Network family, y'all have heard me say it before. Y'all done heard me say it before. I always say, y'all, that immigration is about proximity to the dominant society. I don't buy none of that stuff about these people trying to run to this country for a better life. We done seen these folks coming from all over the place and they smiling. And if somebody put in the chat, these are all men. These are all men. All this stuff where it's these kids and they poor and they need help. No. These be men. They dress well and they sitting there doing what? They're sitting there trying to flirt with Karen. I always say that they really want to come here to replace foundational Black Americans and they can hopefully get a date with Karen. They want to date with Karen and they want to date with Ken. That's what it's all about. So are you surprised that you just heard that person right there tell Karen, oh, I love you, Karen? Notice that. He ain't talking about coming here. He ain't talking about getting no money. He ain't talking about suffering and struggling to try to get here for a better life. No, he found time in all of that to sit there and talk about Karen. That little clip right there is an example of why they want to come to this country. They want to come to our country, family, so they can get in on all the resources, all the benefits, and they can hopefully get them a date. That's what it is. We're exposing it. We are exposing it to the maximum. And when we talk about exposing it to the maximum, y'all know right here, we got the best immigration coverage you're going to find. I done got videos where they're literally telling you where they're going. They say, hey, who are you? I'm from Senegal, and my name is Jorge. Where are you going? North Carolina, South Carolina, Arkansas. These people are being assigned places to go to. Dropped off in the neighborhood, right there in Atlanta, okay? They're being dropped off right there in Arkansas, Alabama. We know about New York. We know about Chicago. Brothers and sisters now are pushing back. So it ain't just about reparations. It's about all of this immigration. And mind you, they want to give the immigrants our reparations. Sooner or later, I'm telling everybody, and I've been saying this for the longest, they're going to use the immigrant fake struggle so they can get reparations for them. Trust me, that's what's the end game. That's the end game. And when we talk about how they're coming here, oh man, I say they running, hopping, skipping, jumping, and I'm not lying. Do you know these folks done came in this way? These folks done got in on the bottom of a goddamn train. Not on top of it, on the bottom. Man, look for yourself, family. Watch this and tell me what time it is, y'all. Check it out. This is the Black Alpha Network exclusive.
Raining it? Why is there so much coming out?
No, that's it.
Hey, I got 3 sets of cups. Can you throw them down? We got stringers here. Yes, like these. Yeah.
Uno a la vez. Para acá, para este lado.
big white thing you want. You got the mail.
Uno, la vez. Tú primero, ven para acá.
De este lado. De este lado.
Ven, chavo, dale para acá. Ay, gente. Dale para acá. Le va a dar la... Sigue, uno.
Quítate los zapatos. Chinga, órale.
Eso. Igual, por el mismo lado para acá. Eso. Las mujeres se ponen here. Vente para acá.
Acá. Quédate. Espérame. Tranquilo, ya.
Yes, family, this is not special effects. These folks done came underneath a train. Them are train tracks. Those are humans coming out from underneath. You are not doing that unless you are being incentivized to come to this country. Incentivized by who? Jimmy Crow Joe.
Quítate los zapatos. Dale, mano.
Dale.
Llama la mano. Quítate los zapatos.
Tira con la cabeza.
Call the station, see somebody can bring more of these stuff.
There's still people coming out. It's been over 2 minutes and people still crawling out. Now, mind you, y'all, as soon as that happens, them folks going to be back out there on the street by dinner time. By dinner time, they're going to be back out there on the street, and they're going to be coming to a neighborhood near us. That is what is going on. And when you look at it across the board, let's go all the way back, fam. We connecting the dots here. When you start seeing this immigration influx, invasion, they call it whatever they want to call it, all right, these illegal migrants, you're not only seeing them being supported by the Democratic Party, also their shields. Also, a lot of those scam Africans are supporting them. Why? It's because when you look at the border, you see a bunch of Jorges and you see a bunch of Mutombos. All right, Mutombo be there too. You literally have reports, and we've shown it, all these people coming from Ghana, the Senegal, all that Wakunda stuff that they was trying to push, you see these folks popping up at the border as well. So a lot of these immigrants who are coming from Africa, they're also standing right next to the people coming in from Mexico. So Mutombo and Jorge are both trying to get our reparations from us. Trust me. Remember that naarc guy, Cam Howard? I think that's his name, Cam Howard. Listen to this guy. Y'all remember when he said this? No. It's the Ron Daniels dude. That's who it was. This guy said today's immigrant is tomorrow's African American. This is the guy from the NAACP. So you have the Cam Howard guy from naarc. You got the guy that we ran up on from Cobra, and then you got the NAACP. Remember when he said this right here? He said today's immigrant is tomorrow's African American. So look how he's trying to draw the parallel. Oh, and by the way, sitting right next to him is guess who, y'all? It's the dude we ran up out the paint in Atlanta. So you see the NAACP and you see Cobra sitting right next to each other. This is the agenda. And if we do not break the agenda, they're going to continue to push it all forward. Because when they say Mr. Mutombo can come on in, so is Mr. Jorge and so is Mr. Muhammad. And Foundational Black Americans, they want to see be left with nothing. That's why we're on code right now and we're preventing it. Check this out right here, family. Watch this. And remember when he said this?
Nor does apply to our brother Admiral Beaver. Not about to deny Shirley Chisholm, not about to deny Arizona Brown. Because at the end of the day, when we all boil it down and look at how this would all boil down, it is likely that a vast majority of the benefits would go to those who are being defined in a certain ethnic way. And by the way, I believe in the concept of a new African community. You should read the fact that Republican New Africa. You should talk about what? The Republic of New Africa. But that is a fusion of folks who came from everywhere. Today's descendant is today's immigrant is next generation's African American.
Hell no. No. No.
That is how you erase them.
You're not finna erase us.
Wait. My grandma.
Sir, madam, ladies and gentlemen, when people were asked, everyone in the chamber was respectful and quiet, despite the opinions that were put forward. And we've had a great meeting today because we've had a lot of respect shared today. And I'm asking you for that same respect.
No, hell no. Notice how he just said some super off-code disrespectful stuff to our lineage. And as soon as the brothers and sisters exercise their right to boo, they say, oh, be nice. See, that's what they always trying to do to us, y'all. They're always trying to tell us be nice and play fair. That man just said, today's immigrant is tomorrow's Africans Americans. As soon as the brothers and sisters said, hell no, they like, oh, play nice. This is why in Atlanta, I was not playing. We were not on that type of time. We was very serious. See, this is strictly business, all right? This is business. This is not personal, all right? And if our business is personal, then they got a personal problem. We're not playing these games with these people. If you sit back and you play nice and you play fair and all lives matter and can't we all get along, then can't we all get along, gonna get your money. And when they got your money, ain't nobody gonna throw us no type of bomb. No. So that man sat there and just artfully disrespected us. Artfully. That is the most disrespectful thing that you can say about one's lineage. Now, mind you, the other guy from the NAACP, he's the one who said that people who migrated up north are immigrants. See, they're running that now. Y'all got to watch that. We've been seeing that a lot. We've been breaking it down. So not only did this guy, Ron Daniels, okay, from the NAACP chapter, whatever the hell, who gives a damn, he sat there and said what he just said. But just about a month ago, the other guy from the NAACP, he came out and said, well, you know, we're kind of immigrants too because we migrated in our own country. You are not an immigrant if you migrate in your own country. That's just me moving across the street. All right. So do you ever say that to the dominant society? You don't never play that on them. If Karen or Ken move across the street, nobody plays that game on them. So they're trying to blend us in with immigrants by trying to give them our history and trying to give us their past. We're not going for that. And if you feel like booing, boo. If you feel like regulating, regulate. Do not sit back and tolerate that. We ain't got to do none of that. And you got to automatically deal with the Democratic Party. You got to deal with all of these black and brown coalitions and the people of color. And then on top of that, you got to deal with all of these COONs coming from NAARC, NCOBRA, NAACP, the Congressional COON Black Caucus, and then you got to deal with people like Black Lives Matter. So you got a lot of these people trying to run that game on us right now. Let's go back to NCOBRA, y'all. Let's look at them. This is what we talk about NCOBRA. Oh, yeah, I'm declaring smoke on NCOBRA. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They're going to have to see us every step of the way. Every step of the way. Trust me when I tell you that. And we ain't backing down for nothing. No, not at all. Let's look at their reparations plan, okay? They've been running around here, and y'all seen dude couldn't even answer a real question. Look at NCOBRA right here, family. NCOBRA is trying to run with our lineage. See, the quicker we get these people out the paint, the more we're going to get what we got to get. Reparations is basically you see the bag of money on the table. On the way to getting that bag, you got all these people jumping and putting hurdles in your way. What do? You knock their ass out the damn way. That's what you got to do to get to the money, okay? This is how we got to do it. Politically and socially, you got to get out of the way because we are trying to come and get what's ours. NCOBRA is marking the 400th anniversary of the arrival of the first Africans on the shores of the Virginia colony in 1619. Then they're going to get all the way into their plan for reparations. Look what it says right here, y'all. The very first thing, healing, very first. Reparations isn't just about apologies for NCOBRA. We never said we wanted no damn apologies, and we don't want no healing. It is a process of repairing, healing, and restoring a people injured because their group identity and in the violation of their fundamental human rights by governments, corporations, institutions, and family. InCobra Online reported reparations would help groups that have been injured to repair and heal themselves. Hell no, that sounds like a slip and fall lawyer. That sounds like Benjamin Crump. This is what they're trying to give us. They're trying to give us ambulance chaser reparations. Ain't nobody talking about that. Anytime somebody starts off saying reparations isn't just about, you already know they're about to say something off code. So he says reparations isn't just about apologies. Nah, no, ain't nobody ever asked for no apology. I can give a damn. You want to apologize? I'll take it in money. How about that one? But they don't really want to go there now, do they? According to InCobra, reparations can be in many forms. Any way it can help address the harm caused by chattel slavery and its lingering effects. The material forms of reparations include cash payments, land, economic development, and repatriation resources, particularly to those who are descendants of enslaved Africans. Basically, go back to Africa. That's what they're trying to tell you right there. That is a go back to Africa position. And they are on document telling everybody that, hey, I got a reparations idea. How about you can just, go back to Africa? If you want to go back to Africa, that'd be fine. Yeah, because guess what? If foundational Black Americans go back to Africa, then when Mr. Mutombo comes over here, he could just be the new foundational Black American. And by being the new foundational Black American, that means you can get in on all the real foundational Black Americans' money. Yep, that is another play that they're trying to run. We got game for them for days, y'all. Nonprofit finance billionaires are out here trying to get money so they can send it to these type of people, and these type of people can run con games, and this is why they accept money from people like George Soros, so they can take this money and they can try to get us to stay away from the money. That is the game plan from all of them, and they will not stop. They also say laws revamped. Reparations, according to InCobra, reparations must be multi-layered and have the reach into legislation. So they're saying that reparations should be multi-layered laws so we can get some litigation for us. Okay. There needs to be changes in or elimination of laws and practices that allow them to be treated differently and less well than white people. For example, ending racial profiling and discrimination in the provision of healthcare, providing scholarship, community development funds for Black people of African descent, and supporting processes of self-determination will not only benefit descendants of enslaved Africans, but all African descendants peoples in the United States. There you go. You see, they threw in all Africans matter. You knew it was coming. All Africans matter, family. They threw that in there. And supporting processes of self-determination. Okay, how do you quantify that? We will not only benefit descendants of enslaved Africans, but all African descents of people here in America. Right there, all African. So you knew you was going to hear all African in there. These folks don't want no real reparations. These folks don't want no reparations. Reparations to them has always been a con game. Reparations to them has always been a hustle. It's always been a scheme and a plot. That's all it's ever been. That's all it'll ever be. This is why we got to shift these people completely out of our community, and we got to get real community-based. When I say community-based, I'm talking about Black grassroots. If it is not sponsored by the Black grassroots, y'all, we have no time for it. We cannot even deal with it. We can't work with it because it's not for us at all. So when we start looking back at some of their funding, when you start looking at InCobra, and I sat there and asked dude, I said, hey, y'all are funded by the Democratic Party. And in a lot of ways, InCobra funds the Democratic Party because they take money and give it to the damn Democrats. So it's a two-way street, right? And he said, we don't take no money from George Soros. I sit on the board. And I said, okay, are you an accountant? No, you're not? Okay, then show me where the money at. And he couldn't do that. All right, now let's look at some of the real. Family, this is a Black Alpha exclusive right here. We're going to break this down and show everybody exactly who is funding these people, where they're getting their money from, and why they cannot hide it at all from us. When you do the research, family, you see that InCobra is just like Black Lives Matter. They are just like the Black Caucus. These are dominant society finance groups meant to run interference on our reparations claim and meant to run interference on everything that we've been doing. Check this out, y'all. Nonprofit finance by billionaire George Soros quietly donated $140 million to political causes in 2021. Yes, right here. Those donations are top of the more than 170 million Soros personally contributed during the 2022 midterm election cycle to help Democratic campaigns and politicians. Now, when you start seeing who these folks be in bed with, y'all, you're going to easily see Cobra come up, and it ain't even hard to find. Every single thing that we point out, fam, is easy to see. Why is it easy to see? Because they put it all in print. Right here. Many of open society policies center in 2021 donations. Right here. George Soros has an organization ran by him and his family called Open Society. All right. Open Society is where they've been donating money to a lot of these black groups. And they say it straight up and down. They don't even hide it, y'all. They straight up and say it. They be like, yeah, man, you know, we gave it to a bunch of black organizations. All this came out, y'all, when they was talking about Black Lives Matter. When everybody was seeing that Black Lives Matter was being funded, it ain't no secret in the streets who funded Black Lives Matter. Everybody knows who funded Black Lives Matter. That wasn't even something that we had to really dig deep to see. It wasn't deep at all. It was clear that Black Lives Matter was clearly funded by him. That's why when they got found to have all that money on the low, nobody went to jail, because this is all a part of a big scheme, all a part of a big hustle, all a part of one big strategy. So when you start looking at this right here with the money that he was given and the money that he was giving away, that right there, I want you to remember the name Open Society. I want you to remember that. There's another term right here. I want you guys to notice this name as well, y'all. I want y'all to notice this name. This name right here, y'all. This is, I want y'all to notice this name. Liberation Ventures moves 1 million. Look at this. Liberation Ventures moves 1 million to black-led reparations organizations. All right. Check this out. Liberation Ventures moved 1 million to 14 black-led organizations, making reparations a reality. Liberation Ventures is determined to influence an infusion of resources into the reparations field. No. Hold up. There are organizations out there that are funding black-led reparations movements. So when we call these people reparations ops, and we say these folks are out here trying to get in on our reparations, you see communities being funded by organizations that are here to do what? Take our money away from us. They put it all in print. It ain't even hidden. Check this out, family. All of the organizations we funded are black-led and vast majority black staff. We cut proposals and reporting and opted for calls instead, which respects our movement partners' time and allows for stronger relationships. Now, they run all the way down, and then they tell you this right here. Oh, check these names, y'all. And without further ado, once again, this is they print. This is what they said. This ain't what I said. This is what they said. And without further ado, we are so thrilled to share our movement, our 2022 movement partners. Here we go. African American Redress Network, the Amendment Projects, Beloved Community Center, Color Farm Media, First Repair, the Legacy Coalition. These are all the people who took the money. These are all the folks who are part of those 14 black-led reparations movements that have been getting money from George Soros. Media 2070. Now here where it gets fun. National, no. Let me highlight that for the family, y'all. Established in 2015, the National African American Reparations Commission, NAARC, is a group of distinguished professionals from across the country with outstanding accomplishments in the fields of law, medicine, journalism, academia, history, civil rights, social justice activism. They are united in a common commitment to fight for reparatory justice, compensation, and restoration of African American communities that were plundered by historical crimes of slavery, segregation, colonialism, and they continue to be victimized by the legacies of slavery. So didn't he just tell us, fam, that he didn't take no money? Didn't he tell us, we don't take no money? Okay, that's NAARC. One under NAARC, who do you see? Right here. The National Assembly Slave Descendants. And then right underneath them, you see the National Coalition of Black Reparations, NCOBRA. Matter of fact, let me just highlight the NCOBRA. NCOBRA took money from Liberation Ventures. Liberation Ventures is funded by an organization called Open Society. Open Society is dominated and ran by George Soros. So the money went from George Soros Open Society, they gave it to Liberation Ventures. Liberation Ventures gave it to NCOBRA, and that man sat there and told me personally that they didn't take no money. Established in 1987, the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America, NCOBRA, is the premier. So they acknowledge them as the premier, so you know they got the biggest check. They're not calling you the premier and you got a little money. They calling you the premier and you got a lot of money. They say it is the premier mass-based coalition of organizations and individuals organized for the sole purpose of obtaining reparations for African descendants in the United States. NCOBRA's mission is to win full reparations for the Black African descendants residing in the United States and its territories. Now, mind you, Black African, that guy told us he wasn't Black. All right. That's funny. He's in the National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations, but he told us he wasn't Black. He said he wasn't Black. He said his shirt was Black, but he said he don't identify as Black. Which one is it? So as we move on, he continues and they say the transatlantic slave trade, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, chattel slavery is continuing. Basically, the continuing in NCOBRA shall organize and mobilize all of the Black communities into effective mass-based reparations movement. NCOBRA shall also serve as a coordinating body for reparations effort in the United States. So when they say that they should move as a coordinating body, do you know what that really means, family? That means that they're working with the United States government. The United States government is the ones funding them. The reason why the United States government is funding them is because it is controlled opposition. If you have these people in front of our reparations claim, therefore, these people are going to be the ones that are at our hearings. These are going to be the people there trying to say, well, reparations should really just be healing. Shouldn't we just heal, y'all? Healing is so much better. This just doesn't come from folks tap dancing, all right? Folks out there tap dancing only go so far. They're not into just tap dancing. That's easy. You tap dance, the song is over, everybody go home, right? They're not just trying to do that. What they trying to do, y'all, is they're trying to take all the goddamn money. They want to say, we can get every single dollar. We can take that money and go give it to everybody who is non-Black American. And when it's non-Black American, then everybody's happy. See, that's what it is. It is an attempt, like we all know, we've always known, to keep the money out of Black Americans' hands. This is why you see these things happen. They don't just give money to these organizations and to these people because it's the fun thing to do. They give these people all this money because they know that is their last stop. The Democratic Party cannot keep it from us. No, they cannot. You cannot see the Republican Party cannot keep it from us. No, they can't either. So their main objective is to get these folks and put them in the way of us so they can take the money. They can run with the money. So you're seeing right there, family, you're seeing the George Soros funded organization, Open Society. They have funded Liberation Ventures. Liberation Ventures has funded NCOBRA. And that man sat there and told me, we don't take no money from them. No, we don't. Nope, not us. Lying. But that's what you expect from somebody who's tap dancing. I told him he'd be tap dancing. I told him, see, this is why we ran his ass out the paint. Oh, and we got more receipts that don't even stop right there, y'all. No, mind you, this is all there. You can look all this up. It is there right in the open. So when we start speaking about Liberation Ventures, we just saw, family, we were just on the site with Liberation Ventures, okay? Liberation Ventures, they said that they are giving money to 14 Black reparations movements. We are on the Liberation Ventures website, okay? They accelerates the Black-led movement for racial repair. Okay, let's go all the way down. First off, look at these people, y'all. Look at these people. Y'all see any Black Americans up in here? Look at this. This is Liberation Ventures, y'all. This is the people who are funding NCOBRA. These are the people funding NAARC and the NAACP. Look at that tether hairline. W's. Look at this guy. Yep, check it out. There go Mr. Muhammad. Look all the way down. This is who it is. These are the people. These are the folks who be showing up at these task force. These are the folks out here giving all that low-key financing, subsidizing all of these reparations ops. We got it today. They can't run. Now, look at this right here, y'all. Funding partners. Thank you for our institutional funding partners who are committed to advancing reparations and transforming philanthropy for the better. Okay. That's fine. I want y'all to focus on this group right here. Open Society Foundations. There we go. There we go. There we go. I mean, look, the MacArthur Foundation. I mean, you name it. You can look all the way across this. This is just us connecting the money to George Soros and connecting it to Liberation Ventures. The same way brothers and sisters did with Black Lives Matter. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact hustle. It's the same exact plan, plot, scheme. But here right now, we're breaking it down the direct money line. This is what you get right here on the Black Alpha Network. Smash that like button. Not only do we run them out the paint, not only do we give powerful reparation speeches, but we also connect the dots and show the world who is funding these ops to take our reparations away from us. It gets bigger than just the Democratic Party. You also start getting into the same people who fund the Democratic Party. So you see right there, I have it highlighted, Open Society Foundation. Open Society Foundation is the foundation that right there has been giving money all the way to them. So if you look and you check it out and you see it clear as day, who is funding them? And that guy told us, man, we're not taking no money. What you mean? I sit on the board every single day, and the board says that we don't have that type of money. He was capping. And that's why I was pressing him. And that's why his bullshit answers did not fly with me. And I wasn't going for it. I wasn't going for it at all, not for 1 second. And this is why we got to continue to stay on this type of time, because they will continue to lie to us. They will continue to hate on us. They will continue to try to run these games on us, family. So no, I was not going for it because I already knew. And I told him, what I tell him, family, I said, I've already seen the documentation. I already know what's popping off. I know where the money's coming from. I've seen it all. It ain't hidden. This isn't some stuff that's hidden that you got to search for. You already see it right then and there. They're telling you where the money's coming from. If you look, you see it. We always talk about you got to have a trained eye. We always say how you got to have a trained eye. Well, when you got a trained eye, you can see it because they put it out there in the open. So he was running around telling us he sits on the board like that means something. He was sitting there trying to tell us that he gets a good look at all the accounts and everything like that means something. And I said, no, I've seen the documentation. And here right now on this show with 500 plus people in this room, we are showing the documentation that they do get funded. Liberation Ventures openly just told you we got the money. And now you're seeing Open Society works directly with Liberation Ventures, NAARC, NCOBRA, NAACP, so on and so forth. So that right there, y'all, facts. Receipts. We talk about receipts. We put the receipts on the table, y'all. We talk about receipts. We got it all on the line. You can go all the way back. George Soros, Open Society, Liberation Ventures, NCOBRA, NAARC, NAACP, all the way to us pressing no dude. And he said, we don't take no money from George Soros. Yes, you do, homeboy. And I got the receipt. So all that huffing and puffing, that hooting and hollering, all that tap dancing that he was doing. And I said, tap dancing don't scare me. It don't, because he was a tap dancer, butter biscuit chaser, and he got his ass ran about the block, out the paint, because that's what we do. We put it all on the line. So we're watching all of these people who start coming to our reparations conventions and summits and so on and so forth, because we know that those are the same folks that are going to be sitting there taking that money. And if you're taking money, you got a job to do. They're not taking that money just to take it, y'all. They taking that money because they got a job to do. And what is that job that they got to do, y'all? That job is for them to make sure that our erasure goes down and our money does not get put in our hands. This is what they want to see happen. This is what we're going against. I want everybody to look at this right here, family. This is a map that's been going around. And this is what they want the future of our society to look like. So when I got in there and I said FBA South ain't going nowhere, FBA South got something to say, this is what I meant by it. In the next few years, family, they want us to be in this situation. This is a projection and a forecast of the United States of America in the next coming years. And if you look at the green down there, they want us basically down in the South. And this is why brothers and sisters say we cannot let the South go down. We cannot have the South go down the same way that they try to hit our brothers and sisters in New York. And salute to our brothers and sisters in New York, because our brothers and sisters in New York are putting in that work and they just not letting it be easy. That's why I said we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Chicago. That's why I said that, because they want it to look just like that. Now, imagine that right there, y'all, with foundational Black Americans not being in the South and us not. They want us to not have that green right there. That's really what they want, y'all. And it is on us to make sure it don't happen. So this is why in that speech, I told him, I said, no, the Black American South isn't going anywhere. Our presence in the South will always be here, and we will continue to hold it down. A lot of people try to tell us that Africa is the motherland, and I've been saying it for years, that the South is the motherland for foundational Black Americans. And I'm proud of it, and I would take the South of the United States of America over Africa any damn day. Why? Because this is where I'm from. This is my homeland. This is my soil. This is where if I want to go see the graves of my grandparents, it's right here. I don't have to go anywhere else. I can stay right here in this country and make it happen. And they want to take that away from us. Family, why do you think that they're dropping people off in Atlanta, Georgia? Why do you think that they're having these influxes? They're not dropping them off in all those other places. Look at the red right now. When you look at that red, y'all, that red is exactly what they're trying to have for them. But the green is what they're trying to stop for us. So they do not want us to have any of that, but it's on us, and it's key for us to make sure that we maintain it. We have to keep it, and the way we keep it, family, is keeping it amongst ourselves. That's why we say it has to go down. And all my brothers and sisters, and let's say this too, just because you may not live in the South doesn't mean that you can't have a foothold in the South, all right? And our brothers and sisters in the South, we got to represent for our brothers and sisters in the East Coast, in the Midwest, and in the West Coast. We're all interconnected. That's why I do the roll call every single episode, so we can maintain it. Immigration is something that they're trying to push into our cities. Why you think they had Raphael Warnock out here and he was pushing that? Why you think Stacey Abrams was out here and she was pushing that? The reason why they were pushing all of that, family, is because they were trying to run the same game that they did out there in California on the South. And we already rejected Stacey Abrams. That's why she over there in Nigeria right now, eating pancakes, a whole lot of them. All right. And we're going to have to continue to do so. And it's going to take our brothers and sisters all throughout the country. So that's why if there's something going on up north, I'm going to go there. If there's something going on in the east or the west, I'm going to go there. I'm going to fly there. I'm going to touch down with the people. I'm going to rock with the people, because this is the way we move. And we got to continue to make sure that it goes down every way available. So when you start speaking about that, that's just one aspect of it, family, but also the election coming up. The election coming up, this is why we have to show our political power. And political power for us isn't just blindly voting. I mean, Black folks have blindly voted, and we seen that ain't work. So our political power has to be done in the best fashion by holding our vote or wagging our vote like this and saying, come get it. But when you come, you better come with the money. You better come with the finances, the tangibles, the resources, and you better cut the check. That's how we get our reparations. That's how we do it. Now, I want y'all to see this right here. This was Holland Martin. And Holland Martin had one of these super liberal dudes from the Young Turks on. And this guy right here, he's openly telling everybody Joe Biden ain't going to win. He's going around saying Joe Biden ain't going to win. And trust me, it's because of the Black vote. The Black vote is why there are a lot of liberals who do not believe Joe Biden stands a chance at all. And trust me, they're going to say all these other things, outreach programs and all that. No, they feel this way because foundational Black Americans are in full control. Watch this.
You're saying, Roland, which is
salute to our brother EJ for this one.
We need an army. We need a grassroots army. We need to win in Congress. We need to win at the state level. And at the state level, only one person has ever tried it. It's John Fetterman. So we're 1 for 1. So give me more of those candidates. Let's go run those candidates and give it to me at every level, including the presidential level. And that's why I'm here at jankforamerica.com. My site's also BidenIsGonnaLose.com. That redirects to my site because he's going to lose, and we all know it. We're all on the Titanic. Either grab a lifeboat or turn the wheel, get somebody other than Joe Biden, because he is definitely going to lose to Donald Trump. And I don't want to voluntarily run into an iceberg. I don't want to hand this country over to Trump. And that's what Biden's planning to do with his egomaniacal run. Oh, I need to be a 2-term president. You're saying, Roland, which is we need an army. We need a grassroots army. We need to win in Congress. We need to win at the state level. And at the state level only.
Who got a grassroots army? You see what they saying, family? They talking like us. He said Joe Biden is going to lose, and he said it is because they need a grassroots army. We are the ones with the grassroots army. So they are basically saying we got to get what the foundational Black Americans have. We got to take what they got. They moving good. Why they want it, fam? Why they want it? They want it because we got it. We got it. Would you ever sit there and think that they be using those terms? They're only using those terms, y'all, is because they want what we have, and what we have is the momentum. We got the advantage. The ball is on our court. They have to come over here to this side because this side is the only real side, y'all. This is the only real side, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. And when we speak about everyone knowing it, y'all know I got another receipt. Check this out. These migrants are living so bad, right? Tell me why there's been footage coming out with these migrants working on their brand new cars. Check this out. At a migrant shelter in Brooklyn, New York, what looks like a migrant comes out of a hotel and starts working on his brand new car. Watch this video. Watch this video, fam, and tell me that these folks are not being taken care of. Tell me that they're not trying to drop these folks in our neighborhoods. Tell me that they're not trying to run us out, replace us with these people. It is all one big hustle, and we are on top of it.
How do you have a card? Yo, how do you have a card if you just immigrated into this country? I don't speak English. I'm press. You see press? You see the press? I'm press. I'm allowed to do this. I'm the news. And this is public property. How does this guy have a car and he has a hotel? How is this possible? How is that even possible? Wow.
Right there. Tell me how. And the way dude responded, that lets you know that that car was his. That lets you know that he's being taken care of. These folks is riding around in cars, y'all. Cars. Come on. Come on. Is it registered? You're right. It probably ain't even registered. It ain't got no license. None of that. None of it. These folks are getting assigned seats and they're getting taken care of very, very well. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And who's really calling it out? Who's really calling out? Us, because it affects our community the most. It affects us the most. So when we speak about what they're trying to do and the games that they playing, this is one of the games that they have been playing. That is one of the major things. And when we speak about them trying to get the South, fam, this is why we say FBA South is here to stay and FBA South got something to say. Check this out. We're going to start hitting them real quick. Check it out.
At 5, Atlanta's mayor is preparing for migrants from the southern border to come to Atlanta.
Mayor Andre Dickens asked for, and the city council has approved, nearly $7 million for shelter in area hotels, food, and other necessities. Fox 5's Morse Diggs joins us live in Northeast Atlanta with all the details. Morse.
The nation's mayors, they meet twice a year and they talk in between. Andre Dickens knows all about the pressures on New York City from this migration, and he wants to make sure nothing like that happens here.
Almost nightly, when the numbers run high, the influx of migrants shown on your TV screens. It was a Texas governor, frustrated with the Democratic administration in Washington, who was first to try to change the equation and send thousands to northern cities. In New York, one of the landing spots, the bills and the population are piling up.
I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
I reject that notion to use language that this will destroy the fabric of America. America was built upon immigrant labor.
Atlanta Councilwoman Keisha Waits and her colleagues supported Mayor.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what she said? She said America was built on immigrant labor? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's listen to that again.
This will destroy the fabric of America. America was built upon immigrant labor.
Immigrant labor did not build America. Okay. It was Black American slave labor that built America. And yet you have one of these boule folks sitting there saying that bold-faced lie and trying to push an agenda that is against us. Either you're for us or you're not. Either you stand in the paint with us or you getting ran out the paint. All right, that's just what it is. This is a new time, y'all. This is why I'm loving brothers and sisters today who are not going for that. They will continue to say these things, man. They're not going nowhere. They are always going to serve massa. They've been serving massa since day one. They're going to always serve massa. It is on us to make sure that it does not happen that way.
Atlanta Councilwoman Keisha Waits and her colleagues supported Mayor Andre Dickens' initiative to fund at nearly $7 million a program to shelter migrants who make it to Atlanta.
I spent several years serving with the Federal Emergency Management Agency. I stand behind this mayor in terms of the decision to put this funding forward. At the end of the day, these are families. These are human beings.
The Atlanta cash secured with a federal grant will go to a half dozen organizations who will feed the individuals, put them in hotels, and meet other needs. The president decided to elevate some of the migrants who crossed over and give them a limited status.
Work permits, you allow people to then, they're seeking gainful employment. You're not going to be deported. You're sort of part of this economy in the United States and in the state of Georgia at this point, but it doesn't bestow on you citizenship rights, right? You can't vote.
And what are they doing now with voting, family? What are they doing now with voting? They're trying to make them vote all the way across the country. And these people are going to continue to run this on us. The more we stand in the paint, the more we run them out the same way we was doing in Atlanta, same way brothers and sisters are doing out in Chicago. That's the main way that we are going to actually make efficient change in this country opposed to voting. So look, voting is going to come up. And there's going to be a lot of people saying, vote this, vote this, vote this. All right. I'm here to let everybody know. If you are not voting to close those borders and to get that check, you might as well sit home at your couch, okay? Because that is the only thing that's going to see change in this country. Us pressing these people, I'm talking about the full court press and us completely being against immigration. We got to be completely against immigration, okay? Completely at the end of the day. If you give them an inch, like we said, they're going to take them out. So if you even come up in here talking about, well, I'm going to be kind of for immigration, kind of means all the way. Kind of means they're going to be dropping them off in your neighborhood. Black folks been out here voting for the Democratic Party, and they dropping them off in your neighborhood now. And these people know it. It ain't just folks in the new black media. It ain't just people in the black grassroots. It ain't just all of us, y'all, who understand the effects that immigration has on us. Study after study after study, letter after letter has been written to the White House telling them about the effects of it. And they don't care. They just don't care because they got an agenda and they got a plan. So if they got that plan, then our plan is to be on code, to not vote for anybody who's on that type of time, and to watch that Democratic plantation come to the ground. That's what it is, and that's why it has to stay that way. And that was right there in Atlanta. So you see them trying to do that in Atlanta. That's why I told them we ain't going nowhere at all in Atlanta. No way. Look at Eric Adams. Eric Adams, they done threw every single thing at Eric Adams. He was tap dancing for days, right? Now look at him openly saying that the White House in Washington, D.C. is just letting it go on. Why is he saying this, y'all? Because he understands he ain't got no choice. Watch.
So there are those who are political opportunists that from the day I was elected, no matter what we did, they did everything to try to derail our city. And they've been consistent in it. And we know they've been consistent in it. And I've said this more than once, long before of this whole...
He's talking in codes now, y'all. Notice he's talking in codes now. Now, they done already put charges on him. Now, they done already Me Too movement him, okay? Now he understands that his time is about to be up. He knows as soon as he gets out of office, they are going to straight up run him through the ringer. He knows that. So he's running his mouth a little much. And why is he doing that? It's because he knows that his whole candidacy and everything, where he was out here tap dancing for the Democrats, they're using him as the fall guy. And he should be the fall guy because he was the one running around here saying, well, I'm going to sleep in the tents with him. So you're seeing a tool get broken, but there's some lessons we learn when we see this tool get broke. We see that now he's saying that it was an agenda from day one. There's nothing that we say that they're not saying publicly. The only difference is that they won't admit it.
A Turkish conversation came up. There are people who wake up every day and say, how do I get the pilot of this plane to crash? These guys are on the plane. I don't know how many times I can say this. People should be praying for me to land a plane. And I'm focused. I got a great team. We know our mission. And I think the greatest indicator of how focused we are, do you guys realize 86,000 of the over 150,000 migrant asylum seekers have been stabilized, moved out of our system? Over 50% of them? You're talking about with no help from the federal government. So when I hear people keep saying, Eric is distracted, don't hope for me to just be distracted. I'm a steady...
I'm going to tell you what you are.
Hand at the wheel.
I'm going to tell you what you are. You a tool that got snapped. You a tool that got snapped, and now what you're doing is you trying to moonwalk. He's trying to moonwalk it back now. But he said since day one, they've been basically using him. He thinks it's, oh, y'all was trying to stop me. What nobody worried about you. You was a pawn in the game. They were using your city so they can replace Black Americans, and they were using a blackface to do it, and you was dancing along with them. And now he understands that all that dancing don't mean nothing when Me Too get to calling. All right? When they raiding your home and your offices now. But you was playing along. So all these people who play an active role in our erasure, we got to sit back and let them fall. We can't come in and start saving these people once they ain't did what they needed to do. If you ain't did what you needed to do, you got to go. So like I said, either you stand in the paint or you getting ran out the paint. And we sit back and we watch that go down when Eric broke into Adams, and he has nowhere to go from now. He ain't got nothing to do. He ain't got nowhere to go. He's folding. But we see the way it's played out there, and we also see the way it's been playing out in Chicago. They use both of those Black mayors, okay? They use both of them so they can make sure that Black folks get erased with a black face. This is why we're always calling these people out. That's why we don't trust them. That's why we don't stand next to them. We don't stand by them at all. We let these people do what they do. Anybody who would participate in that type of behavior, that type of rhetoric, got to let them fold. Got to let him fold. And he's folding real quick, and we are loving every second of it. I know I am, and I know y'all are as well. These people are out to get us. They're trying to get us out the paint. They don't want to see foundational Black Americans moving any weight. All the gains that we've been making, you know there's going to be some blowback, and this type of blowback is the type where they understand it's going to be deeper than just today. It's going to go further than just right now. They understand the blowback that we're giving is going to be something they're going to have to deal with years from now. Years from now. This isn't some election. This ain't going to blow away with the next election, y'all. This is going to be something that's here to stay because they see our determination is stronger than ever. And when we speak about that, you already know you're going to have even more of those scam Africans popping up every way, which way that they could possibly find. Look at this guy right here. He's been running around for the longest, y'all, trying to get in on our reparations and trying to make things lineage-based. To the point, family, they're openly just speaking on it.
See, this is the trick, and this is where, unfortunately, all my friends who are really falling in love with this idea that somehow they're going to trick 250 years of U.S. constitutional law by saying lineage instead of race, and ain't nobody going to see what they're doing. I can't wait for the white person to show up to say, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was enslaved, give me a check. And when these lineage Negroes show up and say, you can't get one, and then the court say, aha, we knew you were losing lineage as a proxy.
That man just called us lineage Negroes. That's what he said. He called us lineage Negroes. He's saying that same exact thing that Dr. Kubar was saying. He's basically saying that all of us who are lineage-based, we're wrong for not making it race-based, and he's actively coming after us the same way Dr. Kubar comes after us. So you see politicians from mayors, you see just random people sitting in on these organizations, showing up to these task force. They all have one thing in common, and that one thing is to try to take the money out of our pocket. You see it right here and here. Check it out one more time, family. Watch the way he's trying to say, well, y'all gonna let the dominant society get in on it. Watch.
Don't see what they're doing. I can't wait for the white person to show up to say, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was enslaved, give me a check. And when these lineage Negroes show up and say, you can't get one, and then the court say, aha, we knew you were losing lineage as a proxy. Y'all so I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying you should know something about the law before you start telling people that how much you know about the law. But again, Twitter, you can't get all that, a few characters, unless you get a blue check, at which point you reinforce the fact that this ain't even about us. But see, this is the
only thing he got right there. He said it ain't about us. You're right. It ain't about you, homeboy. It ain't about you. So one hand, we got people who tell us you can't make reparations about race. Anytime we said something about Black, they was like, whoa, no, it can't be race. It's got to be lineage. And then when we say, okay, lineage, you got other folks saying, well, why can't it be race now? So on one hand, we got the Democrats and all the dominant society, and they say you can't make reparations solely about race. And then on the other side, you got the puppets of the Democrats and the dominant society, and they say, well, it should be race because if you don't, then we ain't going to get in on it. So you see the way they're trying to get us, fam, and they sending out the Democratic shields in the meantime. They sending out every Democratic shield they can find, and each and every one of them are popping up just saying things. They're just saying it, but it all shows you, y'all, that we've been pushing and we've been regulating, so they got no choice but to take it. Did y'all see this lady come out right here? And she's another one of those, y'all needs to go vote. Y'all got to go vote for Master Joe. And I'm not saying don't go vote, but if you did go vote, you should vote for Joe. Watch this right here.
So you know what my favorite thing is about my posts and the folks standing 10 toes down in their ignorance? is that most of them have never even posted about politics, Biden, Republicans, Hamas, Israel before. Or it's just been in the last like maybe 1 to 2 weeks. So you know what? Don't vote. Don't vote. Vote third party. I don't care, because I know that Twitter is not real life. I know that there are enough adults in the room that understand there are only 2 people that could possibly be the president of the United States. And those 2 choices are quite clear if we want to continue on to prosper as Americans, which prosper, I know, is loaded. But if we want to continue to just have some basic civil liberties and rights and not have them stripped away. So continue to be a child. I don't care. Just leave the adults alone. We got this. We'll save y'all again.
We'll save y'all again. And she said she don't care, but she went and hopped on TikTok to talk to us. No, you do care, and you're scared, all right? And what I said before, family, you're starting to see a bunch of these new shields pop up. See, the old shields, you don't really even see them like that. We're less than a year out from the election, and they had to bring in a whole bunch of them. And these new ones are coming in from TikTok. They done got a bunch of TikTok shields, and they're all out there trying to tell us to vote. And while they sitting there trying to tell us to vote, like that person, that swirler, all right, she's trying to tell us to go swirl and vote. We're saying no to her. We saying no to immigration. It's just simply saying no. When foundational Black Americans say no, the game changes. And we've been saying no. We've been saying hell no. Simple as that. We don't have to jump over no hurdle, no obstacle, none of that. All we got to do is just tell people, nah, hell no, we ain't going to do it. We don't want to do it. We ain't got to do it. And then just watch the ripple effect. Watch the way things change and everything comes unglued because of us, y'all. Because of us. Now, look at this. While this is all going on right now, let's look at this. This is Eric Adams of Chicago. Brandon Johnson, okay, the mayor. Now look at him, y'all. He's out there trying to blame everything on the right. He's trying to blame everything on the Republicans. They ain't got nothing to do. This is in November right here, fam. This is just a few weeks ago. He's trying to blame every single thing on the Republicans because the Democrats have nothing to stand on. Their agenda is just don't vote for Republicans. Watch this.
Well, it has to be better coordination. You know, what we've seen is a very raggedy form instituted by right-wing extremism. Everyone knows that the right-wing extremism in this country has targeted democratically ran cities. And quite frankly, we've been very intentional about going after democratically ran cities that are led by people of color. And their whole motivation is to create disruption and chaos, because that's what that particular party has been about. Right? This is the same political party that did not want to accept that President Obama was actually an American. It's the same Republican right-wing extremism that stormed the Capitol. It's the same right-wing extremism that refuses to accept the results of the Civil War. It's raggedy. It's disrespectful. It's mean-spirited. It's an unclean spirit, quite frankly. And so I got you. I just want to make sure that people understand what we're facing. That's why it's so important that the faith community is leaning in this moment. Well, it has to be better.
This man brought up the Civil War. This man is so desperate to get us to run from the boogeyman that he is out here talking about the right was responsible for the Civil War while he's bringing in all of these immigrants and migrants straight to our communities. He is in here talking about the Civil War. He done went all the way back to the 1800s, y'all, so he can get us to be scared of the Republicans. They have no agenda. This is Eric Adams of Chicago. Brandon Johnson, Eric Adams, they are the equivalent of blackface and pushing migrant place. Okay, and they want to take them and replace us, and he has the strings hanging straight from his goddamn coat, and you see them pulling all of those strings, but yet he wants to talk about the Civil War. We got to sit back and watch these tools get broken, and we got to enjoy when these tools get broken, because quite frankly, they deserve it. And I'm quite happy to see it all go down, family. Quite happy to see it all play out, because we know that foundational Black Americans are in control of people like him. And he knows we don't vote, we don't fall for it. He ain't got nothing else. It ain't the only shield that they got out here, family. We said we got shields that we going to go ahead and give them that slow roast. Well, check this one out here. This one right here, I can tell she probably likes a bunch of roasts. Watch this person right here, family. The same one. I told you, they got to go get TikTok shields. They can't get any shields, y'all, from CNN or MSNBC. We done disqualified them. We done ruined all their careers. So now they got to go get ones like this. Watch this person running that cap. She look like she ready to goddamn get a roast right now. Watch the same games, the same cap, and you see all the way what we talk about is that they got to replace the old with the new, and neither one of them are going to change anything when it comes to us.
I refuse to stay silent on Congressman Dean Phillips' recent remarks about Vice President Kamala Harris. His comments are a blatant display of racism and sexism. By claiming that Vice President Harris is not well prepared, doesn't have the right disposition, and lacks the competencies to execute the office, he perpetrates a dangerous and discriminatory narrative against Black women. It's infuriating and unacceptable. These kinds of remarks are not just about undermining a highly qualified leader like Vice President Harris. They also send a discouraging message to young Black women everywhere. They echo a long history of systemic racism and sexism in our society, suggesting that Black women are inherently less capable, which is both false and harmful. We must confront and denounce the outdated and offensive stereotypes. Our leaders should be held to a standard of respect and equality, and their abilities should be judged on merit, not prejudiced assumptions. I am calling out Congressman Phillips directly. Your words are a reflection of a deep-seated bias, and they have no place in our political discourse. We demand better, and you will be held accountable. As a member of Gen Z, I stand with Vice President Harris and all Black women who strive for leadership roles.
Oh my God. First off, how you on TikTok reading the goddamn script? How you reading the script from TikTok? Please, please, please just let it flow. Come on. Pathetic. And this is their desperate attempt, y'all, to try to hit us with some type of Black girl magic, but certified sisters ain't going for that. Where's that at? I want to ask everybody, where's all the Black girl magic stuff that they ran? They ain't running none of that. This is a very strange election season. Very strange. They ain't been able to run the game that they are used to running, and we not seeing it out there, fam. We not seeing it. These folks is in the 11th hour. They ain't running a lot. A lot of things that they've been trying to play, the divide, the gender divide, where's that at? You ain't been seeing the gender divide. It ain't been popping. They've been trying to run the Black girl magic. Sisters ain't going for it. This is not like the 2020 election. Go back to the 2020 election, y'all, and you can see in the 2020 election, they had all this stuff 2 years in advance. Now they're about 2 years late. It's coming around. This time next year, the election will be over. So what they going to do? Immigration ain't working. Brothers and sisters out there calling out. Now you got immigrants fleeing back home. You got folks sleeping outside in the cold. Now what they going to do? They ain't got no choice. So they sending out TikTok shields because they can't afford anybody else because we done ran them all out. But before we go there, y'all, I want to show y'all something that just came to my phone, okay? I got receipts, y'all. That right there says Black Alpha Network. I just got this. I got 526 people. Smash that like button. Black Alpha Network. They said, congratulations on a fantastic, this is my channel, 2023 on YouTube. You only get this here because y'all know we uncut. We just do what we do. It's a family, y'all. Sitting with me, talking to me is like being at the table, a family reunion, a family affair, cookout. We just say what it is. Well, this ain't scripted. We just let it go, man. That's why everybody loves the energy that we all put out. And I say all because we are one big family. I'm just your B1 cousin. We all sit here and we talk together, y'all. So I'm going to share this. This just came to my phone, family. This came to my phone at 9:12, y'all. Okay, East Coast time. It says my year in review on YouTube. I got 4,777 subscribers. 331,000 views. I only put up 71. That's only with 71 loads, y'all. I got 11,000 shares. And the tether, if y'all remember, the tether is the color, man. That was the biggest episode. That did 20,000, y'all. 20,000 right there, man. So I appreciate everybody. I got to share this with y'all. Came up. That's it right there. Just came up to my screen, man. So I want to thank everybody, man, in live time, man. I don't want to post this tomorrow and be like, oh, by the way, look what I got. No, we live. We came live, and we going to talk it live. All right, it happened now. We're going to talk about it now. Everything we do is real. So while I got the family here, man, this is great. I'm glad it did come now. While I got the family here, I want to thank everybody for all the support, man. I appreciate you guys, man, 100%. We're going to keep building and working, and we're going to keep shining and grinding. You know what I'm saying? 5,247 comments, man. I appreciate that as well. I appreciate all that. I appreciate it so much. Yes, I do. 4,777 new subscribers. Damn. We building, man, but it don't stop. So I appreciate all of you guys, man. One love, I appreciate it. But we not done yet. We're going to continue the slow roast, man. That's just something I want to touch on, man. I salute everybody. This is from me to you guys. Salute to y'all, man. Let's keep doing what we do because it's fun. It's fun roasting them. Now, damn, we got 530 people in here. Smash that like button, y'all. We turned up all the way. We turned up to the maximum, and we're going to continue to break it down, y'all, because they need the black grassroots. The black grassroots has to be here. Why? It's because if the black grassroots wasn't here in this country, y'all, these folks would be out here doing all types of bullshit. They be out here playing all types of games. They be out here doing things that they know they need to. We got to bring some real sense to everybody. And whether that sense comes with us regulating, G-Check, and thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you. Yes, all the way live, man. We've been doing it, man. And I'll be seeing all y'all. I'm going to see y'all at the rally, too. I'm going to see y'all at the rally. Yes, I will. I will see y'all at the rally. Seen a lot of y'all at the expo. I seen a lot of y'all in Atlanta. I've seen a bunch of y'all all over the country, man, because we really be out here, man. So I appreciate you. I couldn't do it without all of y'all. I told you it's a family. One thing about me, and what separates this channel from a lot of other channels is that this is a family. This is like, I mean it. This is a family. Black Alpha Network, Certified Black Society. We are family. I know all of you guys. I see all of y'all. If I don't see one of y'all in the chat for a few weeks, I'm like, hold on, you good? You straight? You can hit me up, DM me for everything. I appreciate so much love. When I go through my DMs and everybody who comments me, man, it's like, it's humbling. It's humbling. You know what I'm saying? It really is. I always tell folk, man, I feel like the people's champ. And that's because of you guys. You feel me? I feel like the people's champ. I don't feel like it was created or it was made up, or I just woke up and just said, like that damn Tether scam African that we ran out to paint in Atlanta, where he just put on some badges. I feel like the community just gave me that real love, man, and it don't mean nothing if your family don't certify you, man. So thank you guys, man. I'm going to continue to hold it down, and I'm going to continue to be the people's champ, man, for the whole community. Yes, indeed. Now, family, as we was breaking all of them down, y'all, this is what I want y'all to see the most. This is why they do not want us here. Oh, we get right back to work, family. Work does not stop. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Hey, ho. Before we go there. Hurricane, I see you, brother. I see you. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we pushing. I appreciate that, too. Because when names came up, I literally seen a whole chat that say Black Alpha, Black Alpha, Black Alpha, Black Alpha, Black Alpha, Black Alpha. I seen it, and the family represented for me. I was like, oh, damn. So, hey, when it came up, man, I appreciate that, man. Salute to all you guys. I know all of y'all, man. Y'all all family to me. Yes, indeed. All right. Now, when we start talking about these people, y'all, I wanted to show y'all this right here. This is what I want to show you. Y'all know that we got a whole black grassroots movement going on, y'all, when they out here indicting presidents based on us. And I'm going to make some direct lines. I'm going to draw some motherfucking conclusions. And I want everybody to see that when we talk about how we have an impact on this country and we affect everything in this country, the reason why Donald Trump got indicted was because of us. I'm going to tell you why. Y'all notice that the Democrats have been on this campaign to stop us from even looking at Donald Trump's direction. Y'all notice that, right? They're always talking about, oh, Donald Trump, he didn't really give y'all money. I just seen some tap dancing person on the Breakfast Club, and she was saying, oh, Donald Trump didn't do nothing. There's this thing to keep us separated from even looking at Trump. This is the first time they've ever done that. They didn't really have to do this before, y'all. They didn't have to do this with George W. Bush. They didn't have to do this going way back to George H. Bush, Dan Quayle, none of them. There's this thing where they do not want us to even acknowledge Donald Trump. Whether you vote or not, they don't want us to take our vote and either sit on it or go vote for the other side. And this is why you've been seeing all these Democrats go on this campaign of let's keep Black Americans away from Trump. Y'all running around here talking about Donald Trump this and Donald Trump that. No, stay away from him. The reason why is because we in the black grassroots want to close them borders. Donald Trump wants to close them borders, and they see a connection that they feel they cannot stop. So they went and indicted him based on us. Our victories don't look like everybody else, and you got to have a real good trained eye if you want to see these things. We noticed that when it came down to them indicting Donald Trump, that was all because they said if Black Americans hold their vote, or if they even at a 5% increase vote for Donald Trump, it's over. As a matter of fact, look at all these polls coming out now. When they show everybody that Joe Biden is losing to Donald Trump in the polls, they always say the Black vote. They don't ever talk about the Hispanic vote. They don't ever talk about all these people of color's votes and the minorities vote. They don't ever say that. They always say the Black vote and Donald Trump. That's what they always talk about. So you see that Black Americans in voting for Trump or sitting on our vote or even acknowledging Trump or threatening them that we might vote for Trump has them scared. And this right here is what Donald Trump said, y'all, when it came to being indicted. And it was funny as hell. And I want y'all to check this out. And remember, this all has something to do with us.
Yeah, but if you become president and you don't like somebody, or if somebody's beating you by 10, 15, or 20 points, like we're doing with crooked Joe Biden, let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict. Yeah, but if you become president and you don't like somebody, or if somebody's beating you by 10, 15, or 20 points, like we're doing with crooked Joe Biden, let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict.
Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. Oh, we about to cook. Everything about that indictment has something to do with us. That's why they put all them black folks in front of his indictment. Y'all remember that, right? They put all them black people in front of that indictment, and they could try to make it a black thing. They want to give this illusion that it's black people who are out there going against Donald Trump. The same way they was like, black people saved the election. Black folks saved democracy. Black folks stopped Trump. Remember, after 2020, they were doing this whole thing of how black people stopped Donald Trump. It was like, let's tell those black folks that they're the ones who really stopped Donald Trump from getting out of hand. So we can make them like the saviors of democracy, and we can make it look like Donald Trump and the black community can't stand each other. And a lot of black folks been coming out saying, hey, we don't mind Donald Trump. We ain't got to be friends with him. We ain't got to kick it with him. We ain't got to go hang out with him. See, this little notion that black Americans got to fall in love with every politician to work with them. No, you've been out here dealing with all these damn racists like Joe Biden. You've been out here dealing with Barack Obama. So when you start talking about dealing with Donald Trump, it's like, hey, this guy wants to close the border, so do I. Y'all say that he's racist, so is Joe Biden. And when you start looking at the track record and who has done what to who, you see that he's only said things and Joe Biden has done things. So there's a big difference and a big disconnect between what they're telling us and what we're seeing. And for the first time, black Americans are entertaining Donald Trump to the point in this election that we have them afraid. We have them scared, y'all. They do not want foundational black Americans to vote for Donald Trump. They don't want us to look at Donald Trump. They don't want us to acknowledge Donald Trump. Because if we do that and we actually take our vote over there, they understand that immigration is going to suffer. And they spent too much money on immigration. So when he sits there and says, they said, go ahead and indict them. When they sit there and they say that, then y'all know this is why you've been seeing all these people come out the blue. All these people come out the woodwork. All these folks saying, well, we need to do whatever we can to stop that from happening. Because if we do not, immigration is in trouble. So what came out the other day, which is something that came out 2020. Y'all remember the Platinum Plan? Do y'all remember the Platinum Plan? The Platinum Plan was Donald Trump's plan for black people, okay? And if you look at his plan and then you look at Joe Biden's plan, you'll see one thing. He actually has one and Joe Biden ain't got one. If you start looking for Joe Biden's plan for black folks, it doesn't exist. It's thin air. But a Platinum Plan just got re-released recently. And we're going to break it down right here on the Black Alpha Network. And I want everybody to see that the Platinum Plan from Donald Trump is completely separate from what you got from Joe Biden, which was absolutely nothing. This is what you get. Matter of fact, what Joe Biden gave us was, you ain't black. That's what he ended up giving us, family. He gave us the whole, you ain't black. Y'all better go goddamn vote. And if you do not vote, then that's y'all fault. This right here is the Platinum Plan that Donald Trump has put forth. This right here is the Platinum Plan that the Democrats are not talking about. Notice, fam, they do not talk about this. The Democrats do everything possible to not mention this plan because that means we would say, well, where's y'all's? The same way I'm sitting here right now and saying, okay, well, where is the Democrats' plan for black people? They ain't got no Platinum Plan. They ain't got no bronze, no silver. They ain't got silverware. They ain't got Tupperware. They ain't got wood. They ain't got nothing for black people. They got a bunch of all-inclusive laws that do not help us. You're getting damn statues of Emmett Till, all of that nonsense, all of those gestures and all that symbolism, the same plan that the Democrats have been running. Democrats ain't got nothing no more. Democrats are running out. And not just that they're running out, we're to the point, y'all, where we're seeing it and we're calling it out. Only thing that they can come tell us right now is don't vote for them because they're bad. And then you can have Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. He can run around here and he can start talking about the Civil War. That's the only thing that they can do. So let's talk about this Platinum Plan. I'm going to break it down And I want everybody to notice one thing. I'm going to get straight to the bottom part that you see in blue, family, okay? They say President Trump's promise to Black Americans over 4 years. 3 million new jobs for the Black community, creating 500,000 new Black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in Black communities by almost 500 billion, safe urban neighborhoods with highest policing standards, commit to working on a Second Step Act, access to better education, job training, and opportunities, okay? Give Black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for the communities, bringing better tailored healthcare and address historic disparities. They say advance home ownership opportunities and enhance financial literacy in the Black community, onshoring manufacturing to advance jobs development opportunities for Black businesses, paid for by Donald J. Trump for president. I see Black in here multiple times. Yes, I do. I have not seen migrant in here. Not at all. I'm looking. I don't see migrant. I don't see migrant. Nope. Don't see it. I'm searching. I'm just going down and I don't see anything about that. I ain't seen people of color neither. Now, I guarantee you, when you slide on over to Joe Biden, they're going to have something that they're going to claim is for Black Americans, but it's going to say people of color. It's going to say minority. It's going to say disenfranchised. It's going to say underwhelming, undesirable, underserved communities. It's going to say every single color in the goddamn crayon box, but it will not say Black exclusively. It will not. So this is what you're seeing in the difference between the two of them. Right here, opportunity. By achieving historic employment levels for Black Americans, as well as increasing access to capital for new business, President Trump has been committed to ensuring all Black Americans can achieve the American dream by signing into law the celebrated First Step Act. Right there. This shows you again. They actually are saying Black. Right here, President Trump works every day to advance a fair and just America for the Black community, Black American community. You not seeing any of that African American. As a matter of fact, y'all, and you make a damn good point right there in the chat. Dr. Umar says African American more than Donald Trump does. Oh, yes, the hell he does. Yep, that dude we ran out the paint. Remember, he said he wasn't even Black. He said, I'm not Black. What you mean Black? Black who's Black? Not me. That guy said he ain't Black. Okay, Joe Biden said we ain't Black. You see a theme here where a lot of these people are saying that we're not even Black. But yet you got Donald Trump right here saying Black America. He's saying Black Americans. Okay, Black Americans specifically. You are not seeing that type of energy from the Democratic Party. You cannot find any Democratic agenda or policy that is referencing us specifically, let alone putting Black and American in the same tag. They still say African American. It's funny because when you look at this, you're right. You don't see African American at all. And African American is a term that they've been running against us for years. For years, they've been saying African American. You don't see African American on this. You do not see, I don't even see African. You don't see African alone by itself on here. So if you're not seeing African, you're not seeing African and African Americans tied together, then family, this right here is the reason why Black Americans are not looking at the Democratic Party. This is why a lot of Black Americans are saying, well, you know what? We need to go ahead and perhaps give a shot at this platinum plan. Where can we go? Where? Like, what's next? What? We're going to be at the bottom economically? We already are. What? We're going to have them trying to push us out of our communities? They already are. What's going to change? This is what I ask people all the time. What's really going to change if we don't vote for the Democratic Party? If anything, things are going to get better. Why? Is because we're not going to have to deal with them elevating these other communities and these other societies above us. So this is why foundational Black Americans are looking at this in a completely different fashion, in a completely different manner. And we have to continue to look at it this way. Why? Is because the game has changed and they're trying to erase us. In this election coming up, the person who is not actively participating in our erasure is the person that should get our attention. Now, whether Black folks sit at home or Black folks go vote for Donald Trump, anything better than vote for the Democrats. The Democratic plantation has to go down. It just has to. because the Democratic policies, by definition, by statistics, by all the data, everything collected, all the research shows the Democratic policies have been the most hindrance towards our community. All right. Actually, the guy who's sitting in office right now, he is the one American that has done more harm to our community. Therefore, he got to go. He got to go. We got the opportunity right now, all of us in the Black grassroots, to get him up out the paint. So therefore, we got to get him out the paint. The same way we ran old boy out the paint is the same way we need to roll Joe Biden out the paint. Because you know he can't walk, he can't talk, barely remember his name. Okay. So if he can't do any of that, that's fine. But we need to get him all the way out of Dodge. That is where we're heading in this election, and we got to continue to push it. So when we speak about all of that, once again, y'all, one thing that we have to notice and we have to acknowledge is not only is the Platinum Plan something that foundational Black Americans can put on the table and use as, like a royal flush. We got the chips on our side. I want y'all to look at this right here. This is who Joe Biden is trying to bring into the country. I want y'all to notice this guy right here. He tells, oh, y'all gonna love this. This right here is another Black Alpha Network exclusive. This is the reason why we need to entertain the Platinum Plan. This is the reason why we need to go ahead and threaten the Democrats with voting for the Republicans. This is why we say no tangibles, no vote. And this could be the very well reason why we sit at home. Because this guy right here, he openly says that he don't give a damn about taxpayers. He don't give a damn about Americans. He wants to come to this country and we better pay for it. This is who Joe Biden is bringing into our country, and this is what we will accomplish in shutting down by not voting for the Democrats. Check this out.
Do you care?
Yeah. No.
You don't care that we have to pay for all of this?
Look, listen.
Like Americans are paying for all of this. Do you guys, know that? Like this, money doesn't come out of nowhere.
Look, if
right?
I pay $7,000 for America, it's...
So because you paid $7,000, then it's okay if we pay something.
I don't care if this for America. I don't.
He don't care. He said he don't care. If he said he don't care about coming to America and he don't care about goddamn Karen and Ken, what you think he's saying about us? What you think he's saying about our community? That man said he don't give a damn what goes on when it comes to the dominant society. And y'all know he want to be a part of the dominant society. That man openly said it. So once again, when we say that these people are coming here to undercut us, and these people are coming over here to this country to take the resources, that's what he just said. He openly stated it. He said, hey, I don't care. I don't listen. Why care? One more time. He continues.
Care.
So you're because you paid $7,000.
Yeah.
It's okay that Americans have to pay some money too.
Yeah, because America is my dream. If America doesn't want me, I'm here for America. Yeah. Because I respect America. I respect American rules. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you broke the rules coming in though, right?
No.
Like this isn't legal. If it were, then you wouldn't be sitting out here, right? You know that. You guys know that.
Yeah.
So you're saying you respect our rules, but you didn't follow the rules to get in.
No, I look.
I mean, you know.
I know. I have no idea how to get visa to travel to America.
This was your option in your.
It's first mistake.
First mistake. First mistake.
Yeah.
All right. No more mistakes.
First and last mistake.
First and last.
First and last.
Okay.
Yeah. Mexico City to Sonata, and we're here.
So why didn't you do it legally? Why didn't you do the CBP one, the app, or go to a port?
Actually, I don't have any idea.
You don't know?
Yeah,
you just said I'm going to do this?
Actually, I do this. That's it. Yeah.
Did you know there's a more legal way to do this?
No.
No?
First, I'm gonna to New York City to my friend to help me for something, and I will buy a new bicycle.
He said he will get to New York City and he's going to buy a new bicycle. Who is paying for this? How is he getting there? Joe Biden. How do these people all know exactly where they're heading? Joe Biden. How are these people getting afforded the opportunity to come here and not get stopped by any other border agencies? Joe Biden. So when you go all the way down the list and you start seeing who is responsible, again, Joe Biden. And this man don't care. And watch this now. Now he's going to start naming out music that he likes. And it just so happens to be a whole lot of Black American music. Check it out.
And I will work Uber.
How are you going to buy a bicycle? What money?
I have my money. I have my credit card.
Okay, so you didn't get robbed over in Mexico? You have some stuff? You didn't get taken?
No, just I'm using just credit card.
How long was your journey, and then how much money?
$7,000.
7,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and you had that money? You had $7,000?
My money, because actually I was a streamer in Morocco.
A streamer?
Gamer, yeah.
Okay.
But before coming here, I deleted all my video on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay.
The man was a streamer, and he had videos on Facebook and YouTube. Said he got $7,000. That don't look like no poor immigrant who's running from a war-torn country and society. That sounds like the new immigration, which means go pluck all these people so they can come over here and take our place, is what it looked like.
So now you're going to drive Uber here?
Yeah.
That's the plan?
Yeah, drive Uber, make some money, and buy new car. When I was 5 years old, I feel myself I'm an American guy because I love Michael Jackson, Nirvana. Do you know Nirvana?
Of course,
yeah.
I'm from Seattle.
Yeah.
Grunge.
Madonna.
Yeah.
No, Madonna, I don't like it actually, but I like Eminem, Tupac, Travis Scott.
So you consider yourself American because you like our music culture?
The best is Lana Del Rey. Oh, she's beautiful.
You're what?
Lana Del Rey.
Oh, that's so you're coming here for Lana Del Rey?
Yeah.
So what happens if you go through the process and they say, you got to go home. You got to go back to Morocco.
Watch his answer, family, if they tell him he's got to go back home.
What are you going to do?
Oh, no, I will kill myself. No.
You'll kill yourself.
I will kill myself.
You too? Okay.
That's who's coming to the border, y'all. That right there. That's the person they said that this country was built off of that. That's who Joe Biden is trying to replace foundationals with. And they're trying to use the voting process as a means to do it. That's who all of these people run around and they try to shame us into not supporting that. That right there. He said, I don't know. I just know if like that, I go home. No, I just go back now. I like Tupac and Michael Jackson. You see, that isn't a bunch of people who came here. By the way, all you see is men. You see a bunch of men, military-age men, and they being dropped off in all these communities and all these neighborhoods, and all these communities and neighborhoods just happen to be ours. So what it is, we already know. We see the type of style. We see who's pushing it, and it is all being done by the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is solely responsible. So when you look at that right there, you look at the Platinum Plan, I want y'all to look at this. This is the opposite of that Platinum Plan. This is the guy that they told us is Uncle Joe. And if that's Uncle Joe, I want y'all to listen very carefully to what Uncle Joe has said about us throughout the years. Listen, look at the difference between Trump and Biden.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. They're going to put you all back in chains.
What?
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Unlike the African-American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. They're going to put you all back in chains.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more.
I'll be damned. That's not what we said, y'all. That's not what we said. That is coming directly from Master Joe. That's the person that they was running around here telling us is a civil rights icon. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember during the last election, they was trying to sell Joe Biden like he was a civil rights icon. And then it all came out that he was lying. It like openly came out. People from the Democratic Party came out and said, "No, Joe, you fronting." People who were actually there found out that this man ain't never done nothing for civil rights. The only thing he's ever done racially was write the 1994 crime bill that got us all locked up and say all those things like that. So when we sit here and we start talking about even looking at another party, they try to run that game on us. No, family. No. So not only has he exhibited that type of anti-black racism, he's also came around here and he's put in these people that talk about running things along. Family, Dr. Claude Anderson warned us about this years ago, and right now we have the opportunity to do something about it. Very rarely in life do you have the opportunity to change something before it goes bad. And we got the opportunity right now to do what Dr. Claude Anderson warned us about. So check this.
You have been the majority minority for 400 years in this country. You have been the number 2 population for 400 years. You're going to get kicked out of being number 2. You're going to go down and become number 4. Now, common sense, even a 3rd grade education would tell you, if you didn't get anything when you were number 2, yeah. You all jumped ahead of me, but anyway, you can guess what you're going to get when you become number 4. And the worst part about it is as you descend and go down to number 4, those other groups are going to go up. And as they go past you, you're going to have major racial clashes in this country. You're going to have fights all over this country between blacks and Hispanics, blacks and Asians, blacks and poor whites. And black folk cannot fight all these groups. Everybody can not always be against black folk.
Damn, family. That was said in the best way by Dr. Claude Anderson, and you cannot at all debate that. That has been A1 in exactly what's happening. But we got the chance right now to change all of that. And to be honest with you, we have no choice. Sometimes in life, family, you got the choice to go ahead and fight back, and then sometimes you just got to go do it. And I mean socially and I mean politically, okay? We got the opportunity right now to stand on it. That's why we say we stand on Lineage business. We got to stand on Lineage business because of everything that they're doing. There is no type of way that we can maneuver around what's going on. That's why I'm loving brothers and sisters in the black grassroots and how the brothers and sisters in the black grassroots been holding it down. We see this going on across the country, and brothers and sisters ain't playing no type of games. Y'all see this right here? This is what it is. In this episode alone, family, we done already pulled out 5 or 6 different times where we see these people trying to show us some type of, future that does not revolve around us, and they're trying to show us something that they feel they can control. But we know at the end of the day, what it really is foundational black Americans making our way. This is brothers and sisters up in New York City. And watch the way they responded to some of the babbling that was going on out there in those reparations. That's why I say we stand in solidarity with the whole country.
Everyone whose family members were slaves, yeah.
Where's mine? Lord, I got to go buy my pea Cadillac. My friends, reparations is more than just a check. The check is the least of the things that we're talking about.
No.
You cannot put a dollar amount on the ministry and out.
What I say, y'all, whenever it starts off and they say reparations is more than just, you about to hear some coon babble. You about to hear some tap dancing, some Sambo talk. Watch what he says, fam. He says it's more than just a check. It's the same thing that damn Harry Potter said in Atlanta.
Reparations is more than just a check. The check is the least of the things that we're talking about. You cannot put a dollar amount on the ministry that our people have suffered.
No.
Of money that you would say this is the
Say an amount.
For the rape, the murder, the slaughter of our people. So money is part of it.
What is the amount?
But it is not the whole of it.
But what is the amount?
With your permission.
So answer it.
Why don't we do this in an African fashion? Why don't we do that?
Just answer the question, man. What is the dollar amount y'all talking about? What is the dollar amount?
Do this in a disciplined fashion. Why don't we?
That man said, why don't we do this in an African fashion? Man, these folks ain't real. These folks ain't real, family. This is the type of opposition we getting. Let alone from the dominant society, we got to deal with these people sitting in on our panels again. It's the same ones. It's NAARC, it's NCOBRA, it's NAACP, it's the National Action Network, it's Black Lives Matter, it's the Coon Caucus. These people got to go. We got to stand on business.
We ask a question and elect.
You're not answering the question, brother.
Okay, everyone. I'm sorry, Senator. And I know, this is a very, exciting topic to talk about, but we want to make sure that we're showing one another collective respect in the room. So we have a system that we agreed to in the beginning in terms of how we will take questions. And so we want to give an opportunity to those on the panel to be able to answer. Not every question that's asked is going to give you.
Stop. Enough. This is what they do, y'all. This is exactly the type of things that they try. They have these little backdoor things because they don't want to see us face to face. They don't like in this era. This is the era where they got to deal with us. They got to see us face to face. I say it all the time. They're going to have to see us out here in the paint. They're going to have to, and we're going to give them that full court press all the time. They do not like to see us, so therefore they have these little backdoor meetings. And if you're not really out there, you're not going to see it. We had the conversation about the Reparations Task Force in Atlanta. They had this thing on a Thursday in Atlanta at 6 o'clock in the evening. They know damn well brothers and sisters are either coming home from work, cannot get there, or they're going to get caught in traffic and be late. That's why when we got there weren't even a lot of people. A lot of people weren't even there. Matter of fact, I got my phone right here. We're going to get real. This Black Alpha Network family. Let me show you. Salute to my brothers that were there because there weren't a lot of people in the building. There were only a few brothers and sisters there. That was me right there, family. Those seats were really genuinely empty because a lot of brothers and sisters did not know about it. I was surprised and shocked by how many brothers and sisters actually was like, yo, I didn't even know this was there. And I live in Atlanta. Folks who live in Atlanta didn't even know what was happening. Why is that, y'all? Why is that? Look, this is real talk, real life. Look at them seats behind me, y'all. I took this picture so I can bring it back to the family right here and we could talk about how brothers and sisters are not aware of what's going on. If you're not really plugged into the Black grassroots, you may miss some of this stuff. You may not actually get a chance to see it because they put these panels in areas where they know either we're going to be at work, they know we're going to have to take care of the family, folks going to have to take their kids, pick them up from school, drop their kids off. They may not get there in time. They start them at these wild times. They don't never have this stuff on a Sunday or a Saturday or a Friday. They don't never do that. They always have these things in the middle of the week. And then they have all these little tether reparations where folks can't even get to it. That's why it's one of the things that I like to do, family, because it's my job to report it back to everybody and to show everybody, hey, this flyer that they put out, this is for us. I want everybody to tap in. I want everybody to see it. I want to let everybody know that this may come to your city and they're not going to show it. They're not going to promote it. And then they got all these backdoor ones. Y'all remember that little tether convention that we went and we crashed? That was something, they didn't talk about that. There was literally about 4 foundational Black Americans in that whole building, and everybody else was a scam African. And they were sitting there talking about it ain't about money now. It's mostly about healing and giving all the money to Zimbabwe village or to Nigeria village or to the Senegal village. This is what they be doing at these things, fam. Every single day you see some new reparations summit, some new reparations conference. It's hard to even keep up with them. I want you to think about the last we can go to the last 60 years, but we'll just say the last 15, 20 years. Think about the last 20 years and think about the last 5 years. How many reparations panels, conferences, and summits did you see from now going all the way back to the 80s, if you're old enough? How many have you seen now within the last 5 years? Ever since we got reparations and put reparations on the table, now all of a sudden you see new reparations summits and committees popping up everywhere. Everybody got one. And then when you look at these people, we don't even know who they are. We don't know who none of these people are. They be having the damn Ghana Institute of Pan-Africanism Rainbow Skittles community. You be like, who the hell is that? They'll have Shanita Jacqua Jones coming from ILoveZaddy.com. We be like, who the hell is she? We don't know none of these people. They be talking about reparationist scholar. And you be like, okay, where's this person from? I never seen them. I never saw them. I don't know what they represent. They be in there talking about really represent, we need to get some hugs and we need to get some kisses and we need to go vote for the Democratic Party. It's everything other than what it is. That's why we declaring it. We declaring it right now. And that's what I did in front of that panel. I made the declaration, family, that we're going to stick together. And anytime these people come to your city, anytime these folks come to your town, man, get them straight up. Pull out that camera, run up on them, press them on everything. Say, hey, we are foundational Black Americans. what is your stance on reparations? What is your stance on tangibles exclusively and specifically for us? And if you cannot answer that, you got to go. If you can't answer that, you got to go. And we got to get all this on documentation. We got to put it out, send it to all of our brothers and sisters, and let's put it up. Because too many times they're doing things in the dark, all right? They're doing things in the background, all right? And they know what's done in the dark come to light. And we're the ones bringing the light to it. So we have to expose these people for who they truly are. And we really got to be the ones who let everybody know these folks are not standing next to us. They're standing in the way of us. Check this. Did y'all see this right here? This right here is more talk about how we need to all get together. And this is the nation of immigrants. We are on them, family. Check it out.
The border and how we process the migrants that come into our country was destroyed by Donald Trump, not President Biden. That's number one. Number two, Democrats have been pushing and fighting for true immigration, comprehensive immigration reform. Republicans have stopped it for decades. We are a nation of immigrants. We welcome them when they are coming seeking asylum, and we will continue and should continue to do that. And we must meet them with humanity and care to make sure that they are able to contribute to our economy in the way that they want to. The challenges at the border and how we process the migrants that come into our country was destroyed by Donald Trump, not President Biden. That's number one. Number two, Democrats have been pushing and fighting for true immigration, comprehensive immigration reform. Republicans have stopped it for decades. We are a nation of immigrants. We welcome them when they are coming seeking asylum, and we will continue and should continue to do that. And we must meet them with humanity and care to make sure that they are able to contribute to our economy in the way that they want to.
There you go. Once again, more of that type of talk, more of that type of lingo, and none of that is representative or indicative of what we're on. You got to be careful of these politicians. You got to be careful of these organizations. When we start speaking about Cobra and everybody else, family, I want y'all to notice this. This is what I came across. Remember how I was telling everybody that Cobra and the way they're funded by George Soros and all of the sister organizations that he represents, okay? I want y'all to see this right here. This is an article that came across, and I said that Cobra is nothing more than Black Lives Matter. And look at this right here. Cobra in the Black Lives Matter moment, an intergenerational mission. Cobra, Black Lives Matter. You know why? Because they funded by the same people. They are controlled opposition, and with the key emphasis on op, they are controlled opposition that have been out here masquerading as some type of grassroots organization. And in reality, y'all, what they really are people who are trying to take our money from us, and they are getting funded very, very well to do so. That shows you automatically what type of time they're on. And I want y'all to notice this too. It don't just stop there. A lot of people we've been side-eyeing, you've been seeing popping up in some of these places. Who do y'all see in this picture right here? Who do y'all see in this picture right here, right here, right here? Who do y'all see, family? I'm going to tell you who you see in this picture. The guy you see right there dressed up like Hocus Pocus and the Wizard, that person is the guy that we ran off the block, out the paint in Atlanta. That's him right there, all right? Who you see directly on his left and our right is Strappy. Yes, ADOS organization leader, Yvette Carnell, right there hanging out with him. You know, they say birds of a feather flock together, right? That's what I heard out here in these streets, man. That's just what I heard, y'all. Look at that right there, family. You see, and they hugging too, boy. They grinning. They smiling. They cheesing all over the goddamn place. You see? So when we start side-eyeing some of these organizations, we got to go ahead and look at it. Y'all remember when I exposed that she was going to show up at the Tether Reparations Convention in Atlanta, and then at the last minute, she didn't. Why is that, y'all? Why is that? It looks like she's plugged in with a lot of these scam Africans as well. Why? Is because a lot of them are all Democratic shield. The same people who tell you to vote Democrat down ballot, and the same person who tells us that he is not funded by the Democrats, and I just pulled up every last goddamn receipt. It shows you right then and there who is really down. I'm going to tell you like this. Democratic shields of a feather flock together. Yes, the hell they do. Yes, they do. And we got to be cautious of these people running around telling us reparations ain't about money, right? Look at this right here. You're going to have people who are going to use our lingo And at the very end, they're going to slide in, well, it ain't about the money. Watch it. You got to be very cautious. And yes, ma'am, that was Strappy. She was out there hanging out with the Jamal, whatever. I forget the dude's name. We just call him the guy who got his ass ran out the paint and G-checked by Black Alpha Network. That's his name. That's his new name, okay? Get the hell up out of here because you can't stay next to us. Look at this right here, family. I want everybody to notice that these people are going to act like, they're going to walk like, and they're going to talk like they understand what we're doing, and they're going to use all of our lingo, but at the very end, they're going to say things like, it ain't about the money. Watch this, y'all. They're going to do what I call black grassroots imposters. A black grassroots imposter is somebody who mimics everything we say, but at the very end, they say something to deflect our cash payments. Watch.
White people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a check or you slide me something in Venmo that you're absolved and you can tell somebody, well, I gave Dr. Blay $100. I'm not racist. Dr. Blay is going to spend your $100 and still tell you that you're racist. Thank you. That's awesome. White people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt.
She's West African, by the way, y'all. She's West African. So once again, she's speaking on our reparations, and she is a West African and has no business speaking on our reparations. And notice how, family, she starts off talking about it ain't about the money, but she's doing it in a slick way now. You got to be cautious with these people. These imposters, man, they got a whole lot of different lingo. All right. She's sitting there saying, well, you know, it ain't really about the money because y'all need to get the guilt out the way. She's trying to use their guilt as a means to not giving us our money. She thinks she's slick.
You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a check or you slide me something in Venmo that you're absolved and you can tell somebody, well, I gave Dr. Blay $100. I'm not racist. Dr. Blay is going to spend your $100 and still tell you that you're racist.
Look at all the goddamn head wagging kid out of here. This is what they be doing. This is what they be doing, y'all. I'm telling you. They not solid. You can never put them anywhere on. And by the way, since the receipts was stacking, let's look at this receipt right here, family. We talk about these Democratic Shield organizations and who they all funded by, and you can all see them tying in. That last article I showed you that compared in Cobra to Black Lives Matter, that right there, family, is the same thing. This is another Democratic Shield organization right here, y'all. And I want y'all to notice the IBW. The IBW is a Democratic Shield organization, but they go under the front that there's some type of black empowerment. They all act like they're about black empowerment, right? I want y'all to see who's on that right there. You see Roland Martin. You already see him right there beeping all over the place. You see the Ron Daniels guy. You see the same one who said, well, you know, today's immigrant is tomorrow African-American. You see Tamika Cadillac Mallory and all of these other folks right then and there. And you see that none of them have ever done anything for foundational Black Americans, but yet they like to use these people to sit in on our panels. We've had a whole episode today just showing all these people who sit in on our panels and how none of them have done anything for foundational Black Americans. Not one of them have. We got to be very, very cautious of who sits in on any panel or half these people who claim to speak, because they never go get the brothers and sisters that we really know about. You feel me? All the brothers and sisters who are really out here putting in that work when it comes to reparations, they don't never show them. You don't never see them sitting on the panels. They never act like it even exists. We have to side eye all of these people who come around here and they claim to be from the Black grassroots, but they're really not. They're just imposters trying to sit in on our money so they can steal our money, because that's the end game for all of them. This is a reparations robbery. This is a theft. This is a heist. And all they want to do is take what belongs to us. And when you see people trying to do that, then you already know it all comes back to this right here. And we will continue to show it. Check this out. This is, remember when the NAACP said they didn't want no money, right? Remember when they said that? Watch this.
NAACP is controlled opposition against Black interests because the San Francisco branch of the NAACP rejected the $5 million reparations payments to Black descendants of American slaves. And they did this while also pushing for things that are not cash. And then when Black people, or specifically foundational Black Americans or Black descendants of American slaves, got on their helmet, they then put out a clarifying statement 2 days later saying that, oh, we don't reject cash payments. Yeah, right. And the buck dancing, butter biscuit eating traitor who runs this organization is Dr. Amos Brown. And that's the same Dr. Amos Brown who wants us to just forgive the Church of Latter-day Saints for all the racism they've shown throughout their history. And this man used religion to tell Black folks to just get over it. And that means this man will argue hardcore for racists, but not for Black people to get a check. That's controlled opposition. The NAACP is controlled opposition against Black.
That right there is the NAACP, y'all. That right there is the NAACP. Now, this is what we talk about. You talk about the NAACP. Now let's go on back to these folks coming into the country. We got them every which way, family. The NAACP is shooting down money for foundational Black Americans. They've been doing that. They say, well, you know, get over racism and we don't want no money. All right. Now look at how they treat these people who come into the country. Watch this right here. I ain't lying. I told y'all when it deals with these people coming into the country, they gonna be at the bottom of trucks, cars, planes, flying, swimming, hopping, and skipping so they can get to this country right here, family. This is in Texas. These are the people that the Joe Biden administration wants to see replace us, and they're bringing them in by the flocks, and some of them are even hopping in cars to do it. As I always say right here on the Black Alpha Network, this week in immigration, they coming in on pickup trucks. That's what's happening. That's how it is. And while all of that is going down, fam, you see the Democrats saying, come on in. We're going to bus you straight to Chicago. We're going to bus you straight to Atlanta. We're going to bus you straight to New York City. And then when foundational Black Americans ain't going for it, we're going to wag our fingers and say, go vote for us anyway. Hell no. They out their damn mind if they think that's what it is. They don't get it, y'all. They really don't get it. They're still thinking they're dealing with the African American. They are still thinking that they're dealing with the people of color, the minorities. They don't understand that there's been a complete change in everything, and it is sponsored and brought to you by the Black grassroots, and we are the ones changing this country, changing this whole society, and we are doing it every second of every single day, and they ain't got no choice. So with that happening, Brandon Johnson in Chicago, Brandon Johnson is out there. He's still capping and caping for these people. Look at this man give a whole speech about immigrant right activists. Yes, I'm not lying, y'all. This man throws a whole speech for immigrant rights activists. They're out here celebrating people who are non-foundationals, but they're celebrating immigrant rights activists because they're trying to replace them for what we've done.
I do want to make sure, though, that we do lift up the life and the legacy of Rigo. And I had a chance to read and learn more about the work that was led, particularly for undocumented, and to see families still engaged and a part of this overall infrastructure is certainly it's the dream that we all wanted to see come true. And so again,
the dream. This man just sat there and said that these immigrants are the dream of what we all have wanted. They already took the term DACA and DREAM, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and they've already gave that away. Now they're trying to continue it by using the term DREAM and passing that off for these people. I'm telling y'all, they will take our legacy every step of the way and give it to migrants. And they're going to use people like Brandon Johnson in Chicago, and they're going to use Eric Adams in New York City as the catalyst to do this.
Inspiration that all of you bring to this moment and the legacy that is carried out because a true hero for our community made his life available to so many other people.
Look at that dude. Oh, I can't wait until they break that tool, y'all. When that tool get broken, we're going to throw us a goddamn party. We're going to throw a party in these streets when they break that goddamn tool. I'm telling you right here, right now, y'all, we're going to make sure that happens. Y'all get right here on the Black Alpha Network. We will have a celebration. I'll be out here just because of this. I'm going to be hitting a pinata. I hope y'all caught what I meant by that. I'm going to be hitting the damn pinata when they break him. Since he wants to celebrate all that, we're going to have a pinata party, and I'm going to break it right here live, family, and we're going to get to it. Soon as they break this tool, look at that dude. Look at him tap dancing. Look at him. He got that goddamn big old happy butter biscuit grill on. Yep. Oh, the tool is going to get broken, y'all. Oh, straight up and down. Straight up and down, y'all. But what are they doing for black people in Chicago? For black people in Chicago, they're running them out. And they're throwing up their hands saying, we don't know what to do. We don't know. Same thing Eric Adams was doing. All right. And they're using Dr. Martin Luther King. They're using all of our legacy. It's not just us. They'll use us. They'll use our brothers and sisters in the civil rights era. They'll use our brothers and sisters in slavery. If you look at it, they use every single aspect, every single generation of Black American pain and suffering as a catalyst to bring in migrants and immigrants and replace us with them. They talk about how immigrants built this country. That is taking foundational Black American slaves' legacy and stripping it away. They talk about how migrants come here and it's a dream. That is foundational Black Americans in the civil rights era, Dr. Martin Luther King exclusively, and stripping it away. And now they're telling us in our communities that we need to leave, that we need to go somewhere else so they can come on in. That is taking us in the present and stripping our legacy away. The only problem is that they're going to run into is that brothers and sisters in the Black grassroots, certified 100, we ain't playing it, we ain't going for it, and they're going to get the G-check in the full process. Yes, indeed. Now, with that said, family, that's not the only thing. We talked about how they sent that person in for, and I forgot this, fam, so I got to pull this up for y'all. When we start talking about what was going on with Dr. Martin Luther King, right? How they were trying to take Dr. Martin Luther King's childhood home, and they had that whole ploy. Check this out, y'all. Housing or history. Crumbling buildings on Martin Luther King's boyhood street pits future needs against saving the past. The fight is brewing over Atlanta's historic Auburn Avenue, which was the richest, by the way, let me say this. Auburn Avenue was the richest Black street in America. So it's not just Dr. Martin Luther King's home, y'all. They said they are considering tearing down that house or moving that house to another area so new development and developers who just bought it can bring it in. And they're talking about, oh no, something happened. There's some houses that got destroyed and we might just have to go ahead and bring in a new era. So that house may have to get moved or maybe we can crumble it. And the reason why they want to do that, y'all, is because they want us to get away from it. They do not want our brothers and sisters at all to go back to the house. There's power, okay? There is power in your ancestors. And this is an era where we are genuinely we're gaining strength off of our ancestors, okay? We're gaining all the power from them. And we are moving along with that. And they're hearing us because they be watching. So they're sitting back and they're watching the way that we took Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy and we reclaimed it. That's one of the biggest things in this community, y'all. In this era, we have reclaimed Dr. Martin Luther King. That is beautiful. So the fact that we're coming to get our check in reparations, we have taken Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy, one that they stripped away from us. They put him in schools and they put him in streets and they used him as something against us. When was the last time you heard somebody from the dominant society say, well, what would Martin do? Martin Luther King wouldn't do that. They used that for literally 40 years. They used that for 40 years. Any child that went to school in the 90s or the 2000s, you know that W. Karen teacher used to teach you Black history and she would say, y'all were slaves. And then Martin Luther King had a dream and it all went away. And all the mean W's got nice to y'all and we let y'all free. That's what they were teaching kids in school. Dr. Martin Luther King, they took him away from us and they rebranded and used him against us. And in this era, you can make the case that our first major victory in this era, and there's going to be more to come, like reparations, tangibles, bringing down the Democrats, running people out the paint, running them off the block. You can make the case that in this era, the first major victory we had was reclaiming Dr. Martin Luther King. They put out that Dr. Martin Luther King movie a couple years ago, and it flopped because it wasn't real. They tried to do the same thing with Harriet Tubman, flopped because it wasn't real. We do not support these movies where they use our legends and they use them against us. So this era reclaimed Dr. Martin Luther King. And not only that, we got rid of the white and Luther King that they gave us. We replaced it with the real man, Dr. Martin Luther King, and we used the coming to get our check speech that he gave as a rallying cry for this era. That is powerful. That is very powerful, and we got to go ahead and give ourselves a lot of credit. And you can see that if we can take that Dr. Martin Luther King era that they stole from us, and we can get rid of that and we can reclaim him, then reparations is easy, y'all. Reparations is easy. That's next. That's next, and they know it. So all these things start popping up with Dr. Martin Luther King. Are you serious? Nah, that look real funny style. That look funny in the light, y'all. That look real funny in the light. We got to question that. We got to side eye that. Out of nowhere, when you were seeing the Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream and Obama was running the Yes We Can, when we seen all that, y'all, they didn't do this with Dr. Martin Luther King. They never, ever did nothing with Dr. Martin Luther King when they had it their way. When they had it their way and they were using him against us, everything was peaches and cream for them. Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy was something that they felt that they could stop us with. But now out of nowhere, they want to start using these propaganda things and try to come and burn the house down. Nah, we not going for that. That's all because of us. What I say, Donald Trump got indicted because foundational Black Americans are sitting here saying close the borders and we might vote for him. Yep. And then Dr. Martin Luther King's house is getting, they're trying to tarnish it, move it, and they're trying to burn it down based on us, getting back on code with it. This is the video, y'all, and I've been wanting to play this video. It was a very strange situation. They say visitors to Dr. Martin Luther King's birth home stopped a woman from setting a fire. And it just so happened to be two off-duty NYC police officers, y'all, that did this. Check it out, y'all. Check this out right here. Does this not look scripted?
What are you doing? What are you doing? No, that's gasoline.
Family, that looks like a soap opera. That does not look real at all. They're not even showing anything. What are you doing? What are you doing? That looks like the gasoline.
Was there some type of direction?
Then the video flips and they got this woman down and they're interrogating her. What? What happened to the footage before? What happened to the footage in between?
Or you just felt like this is what you needed to do? Okay, Cherokee War Chief, what on the earth does that have to do with an MLK? Okay. And that's why he's putting you in a position in which you can still breathe.
They're on their way.
But you're...
And they had to say two police officers from NYC. Family, that's bullshit, okay? Okay, just happens to be two cops. See, this is some, y'all got to love the boys in blue now. I know y'all get mad at all the race soldiers who delete you over a broken tail light, but look what they did. They stopped somebody from hurting Dr. Martin Luther King's home. Nah.
Nobody's trying to hurt you. We just want to make sure the house, none of that happens to it. And...
Yeah, are you comfortable, young lady? Okay, as long as you...
Young lady, look at it. Okay, as long as you can breathe and you're comfortable. You see how they got to say, look at the nice force. This is them trying to combat all the images of Black Americans being harmed. Like when Derek Chauvin put his knee on George Floyd's neck. Notice how this guy's keeping the distance. So now they can play the, look how the police officers have been there for you nice Negroes. Look at her. She's comfortable. We're talking her through. And by the way, who is the person even talking to her? Just some random person popped up? They said it was two male NYPD officers who somehow just miraculously came all the way down to Atlanta, Georgia, and just so happened to stop. And by the way, this was at 5:45 in the evening. And while this was happening, I was right down the block, about 6 blocks away at the government center, giving my speech about reparations for Atlanta. People are not there at 5:45 at that house like that. No. And by the way, that house has so much security. Both houses on the side have security cameras as well.
You're breathing, you comfortable? We're good.
Hey, ma'am, you all right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be checked out by Grady or something? What's going on today? You want to stand up for us?
Nah, look at old buddy looking at the camera. Hey, look how he looking at the camera. Damn, I'm telling y'all, my freeze frame game is cold. Look at him looking at the camera. Because he know he being recorded. He know he putting on the show. He know he cosplaying. He know this is all the game. Look at him right there, family. Look at that. He looking at that camera because he know that camera rolling. If you out there doing your job, then why the camera you looking at it for? You shouldn't even care. You should just be doing what you do. Look at that. Exactly. Right there, family. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. 1, 2, 3 in action. That man know what he was doing. This is all because Black Americans have reclaimed Martin Luther King Jr. They see that there is strength in us reclaiming our foundational Black American icons. They understand there is strength in us reclaiming our foundational Black American legends. And they know that we got rid of the can't we all get along and we brought in the hell to the no. They know that we got rid of the I just had a dream and we brought in the I'm coming to get my check. And they know that empowers us. So they start doing these shenanigans so they can try to knock us off play. That is the same con game that you're always going to see from the dominant society. That's just the way they operate. That's just the way they function, y'all. And foundational Black Americans ain't going for it. That's why we have these episodes where we break things down. And that dude know he looking at the damn camera. He damn near winking at the camera. All right, he like, hi, Mom. We already know what it is. Get lost. That is not nothing that we are falling for. And family, I was just at the Dr. Martin Luther King house. Y'all remember, I put it up. I said, we got to continue. This is the craziest thing, fam. I put it on everything. I was just at that house in November. I gave a whole speech in front of the house and I put it up on social media and I said, we got to continue to uplift our icons. And then when I come back to Atlanta for a reparations hearing at 5:45, this happens and I'm 6 blocks away. It's the same reason why when I was in Jacksonville, Florida, that situation occurred with that triple homicide and those brothers and sisters were harmed, and I was only 6 blocks away from that. These things happen when you're on code. These things happen when you got the ancestors and you got the whole certified 100 foundational Black American family. You always find yourself in positions to inflict change and to create some type of change and teach everybody, you know, the movement and the way the movement is going and to be a prime example of it. This right here was me at that house, family, just a few months ago.
Family Black Alpha Network in Atlanta, Georgia. I am standing.
Yes, it was. Here we go.
In front of the childhood home of foundational Black American icon, the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I'm telling you, family, you can feel that ancestral presence, that vibe, that frequency as soon as you pull up. Now, that's something that we all tap into because we are from the soil. We are the foundation of this country, and we have to maintain it at all costs. Now, in this era where a lot of people are trying to steal our culture, a lot of people are trying to steal our energy, we have to maintain full ownership, and we have to continue to uplift the legacy of our foundational Black American icons. And the best way you do it is continuing that FBA root work. So on behalf of all the foundational Black Americans and in the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we are still coming to get our check. Reparations right there now. Peace.
Yes, indeed. We are still coming to get our check. That's what it was all about. I was literally just there, and then this happened right down the street. But it does not matter what they do. In the same way I showed the video of our brother JoJo down there, and he was waving that Black American flag. The energy that we're putting forth is the type of energy that we're going to continue, and we're going to continue to put out that energy. And that's why they will never be able to stop us no matter what they try. We've seen politicians in New York City. We've seen politicians in Chicago. We send them out there trying to tell us we need to celebrate these people, why these people replace you. We've seen all these TikTok tethers, TikTok shills. We got rid of the old ones, they bring in the new ones. We've seen these nobodies. We've seen these scam Africans. We've seen George Soros funding all of these other people. We've seen Democratic shills. We've seen Cobra, NAARC, NAACPs, Black Lives Matters. All of these people are light work. Light work. We step on these people on the way to the bank. We run these people out the paint. And we're going to continue to run these people out the paint. Why? It's because it's FBA and we say so. It used to be these people would dictate to us. Now we're the ones doing the dictate. It used to be these folks would talk over us. Now we're talking over them. It used to be these people made all the rules. Now we're the ones making the rules and they got to abide by what we do. So I want to show this right here to the family. This is the way we started off this episode. And I want to show it one more time for everybody to see because the FBA energy is super, super strong. This was me again at the reparations hearing in Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia. And I wanted to leave a message that made everybody proud. And I'm not going to lie, The social media response for this has been insane. Everybody came to me, said it's one of the most powerful speeches they ever heard. And I'm going to continue to represent for the family. And only thing I thought of, fam, and I put this on everything I love, the only thing I thought of was representing for our lineage, heritage, and culture, and making everybody proud in the process. And I hope I did a great job for that. This was us saying that we stand in solidarity with the whole country, and we coming to get our check. So while they try to hate on Dr. Martin Luther King, I was right down the street, family, at the same damn time, quoting Dr. King.
All right. I want to make a few good points, a very great point, actually. And it starts off with who we are, okay? We are the foundation of this country, all right? Those are my ancestors. This is my ancestry, and we have been the foundation of this country since day one. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, since day one. And when you start talking about foundationals, you're not talking about people of color. You're not talking about minorities. You're not talking about all lives matter. It is specific. And we got to clear some things up because there seems to be a whole lot of fake misconfusion when it comes to our reparations. When it comes to our reparations, everybody acts like they don't really get it. Well, I'm going to clear it up very well, okay? We have been the economic and the social backbone of this country and this county since day one. Again, it all goes back to day one. Once again, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. So when you start talking about us, the first thing you got to acknowledge is reparations. Reparations in the form of cash payments. All right, not hugs, not kisses, not can't we all get alongs, not Uber rides, not DoorDash, none of that. It is about cash payment reparations. How do we know? It's because we see the money being given to immigrants and migrants right here in this city. When I came here, I seen a bunch of my lineage, foundational Black American brothers and sisters out in the streets sleeping in the cold, while migrants are getting millions of dollars, they're getting tangibles, they're getting resources and benefits and elevated above us. So we're very, very aware of what's going on, not just here in Fulton County, but all across this country. So I'm here to tell everybody, we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Chicago. We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in New York City. And I'm letting everybody know it will not go down the same way it's going on across the country. We get nothing and immigrants and migrants get all of our money. So in other words, I'm here to make a declaration for you and everybody watching right now. And that is that the Black American presence in the South is not going anywhere. So in other words, FBA South got something to say and FBA South is here to stay. So with all that said, in the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we are coming to get our check. And I want you guys to pass those reparations for us. And you guys have a great night. With that said, reparations right now. Salute.
Mic drop, mic drop, mic drop. And that's what we've been doing in this generation. And that's what we've been doing in this era, family. We've been speaking our piece. We've been really speaking our piece everywhere we go. But we've been speaking our piece and we've been letting it be known no matter where we are. Like I said, whether that's the West Coast, that's the East Coast, that's the Midwest, or that's the South, we're all together. We've been speaking our piece. We've been dropping that microphone. We've been walking out and all eyes are on us. I said it was all eyes on FBA. I said it was FBA versus the world. And I said foundational Black Americans will be the last one standing because we were the first one standing. And that will continue to proceed and that will continue to go on without a shadow of a doubt. So I hope I made everybody proud, family. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Thank y'all, man. You know, thank you. Certified salute, man. It's nothing like the family, y'all. We all moving together. And I always say, in this generation, with all the things that we're doing and everything that we're making happen, family, I really genuinely, truly believe that we will accomplish every single thing that we want to accomplish, fam. And I really genuinely believe, family, that if we stay on the same page that we're on now, everything's going to come. So it's not about us changing lanes. It's not about us moving over to the side. It's really just about us standing where we are and going forward. We don't have to go this way. We don't have to go this way. We got to go that way. And the best part about that, family, is just to maintain what we're doing. Maintain what we're doing. We got all the soldiers. We got all the riders. We got everybody holding it down. We got the whole family. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I hope everybody else is proud of me as well, family. So Dr. Martin Luther King, all of our ancestors, and all of you guys, because I'm proud of y'all. So it go both ways. I'm telling y'all, fam, it ain't just about this right here. It's about all of us right here together. I'm proud of every one of y'all because I see you guys holding it down and I see you guys putting out the energy and I see you guys representing. And as long as the family tree keeps pushing in that direction, there's nothing they can do to stop us. They will never stop us. And this generation is going to go down as the generation that got this all back on track. They knocked us off track. They knocked us down. We got back up. We dusted off and we came back bigger, stronger, and faster than ever. But this time we move with the whole family tree. Foundational Black Americans over everybody. Yes, indeed. So family, I appreciate y'all. Smash that like button. You know I love you very, 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 very much. You know, I always represent you guys everywhere I go. And we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to put out this great energy, and our lineage, heritage, and culture will not be stopped for anybody. And they know that they're going to have to bow down everywhere they see us. So whether that's running people out the paint, family, or whether that's just running up on people and letting them know, you do know FBA in the building, right? You do know it's all eyes on us, right? You do know y'all going to cut that check, right? If it's any of that, then everything's all good. G-O-O-D good. So y'all stay good and y'all stay strong, family. And I'm going to be watching everybody. And we're going to continue to run people the way they need to be ran, that way. We're going to continue to throw people out the house that way. And we're going to continue to stand right where we've always been, because we were the first, we are the only, we will be the last foundational Black Americans over everybody. We building, we working, we shining, we grinding, man. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay good, man. I appreciate this episode. We're going to come back and bring it even more. I will see y'all back next week, same time, Black Alpha Network. And I want all of y'all to stay safe, but I want you to stay dangerous. And above everything, I also want y'all all to remember that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. One love from the Black Alpha Network. Certified salute.
Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.